Podcast. It's your boy Sean, Mr. NJ Brick City.
This is Ja from up in the sky.
Just Kim.
Joe. Eddie Hardaway.
We got Eyes over there.
Real Fiction.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
We got
goodness.
his Cocoa Puffs over there.
Over there.
No, that's Cocoa Peach.
Cocoa Peach.
No, Fluffy.
I see you, man. Girl.
Teddy bear at the carnival.
Oh my goodness. And then we don't have your boy Church 48. He's down there in Miami at the moment.
The Granja, what's good? I'll fight you. Don't
Son,
get him back.
I put it in the group chat like, yo, Brinsley, like.
I know. I know exactly what you're talking about. I'm like, you show up without some of the Granja.
About
Not just bring a sauce. Nigga, I would fucking cash app you the bread if you bring back some of the Granja, or you're gonna have to see these hands when you get back.
It's Peruvian food.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. I put on this weight because of it.
Oh, okay.
Goddamn,
the steak fried
the
rice.
seafood fried rice.
Oh my god, the chicken
And the sauteed chicken,
oh my God.
sauteed beef.
You get a quarter chicken and
Catch
some
these hands,
rice and beans
first
and
for the
$2.
day afterwards.
It's like this big. I swear to God.
Too much.
It's too much.
Listen, everybody came to visit. I done took them to Granja.
Yeah. What's up, Quinn? But
Good with the world.
before we start or get anywhere into the nitty gritty of everything, I do want to send my condolences out to one of our coworkers, my man Shannon Swaggerty. His wife just passed away. Shannon's a cool dude. As long as I know him, he's always been a cool dude, nice guy.
Oh, been a good guy.
Yeah, he's a real good guy. You know what I'm saying? I know she's been suffering. I don't know what she passed away from. I don't know what the sickness was.
I don't either, yeah.
But I know she's been struggling, whatever it was, and he just put it on Facebook last night that she had passed away. So, condolences out to him, prayers to his family and all
Prayers to
that.
his family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how was everybody's week? What's up?
Ours was pretty good. I
What's up,
pretty
cousin
much had
Walter?
a fucking good week. Had new job, doing new things, meet new people.
New hoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up.
What about last week when you were here?
Oh.
Too much yeet cracking.
I wish. I swear, if I got as much pussy as people thought I did,
Lie.
I wouldn't even have a job, son. I just
Lie with me.
We know you Mr. Marcus whole bag, bro.
Mr.
don't.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Don't compare me to him.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot.
he got herpes.
Oh, yeah,
What was it, herpes or
so I
something?
wasn't talking about the.
Oh.
It was something.
You ain't
Yeah,
never watched pornos?
he got dirty dick. I'm good off that.
The dude
I
with
don't
the
know
Marco,
names.
the dude with the
I
hat.
just meant the
He always
lifestyle,
got a
not
hat
the
on.
actual consequences. But whatever.
Is he black?
Yeah, he a black
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
He always has a hat on.
Yeah, who fucks chicks with a hat on?
Dude, this is a dude who fucks chicks with Tim's on.
Yeah, I can see that because you need the grip
You
on
need
the floor
attraction.
sometimes.
He
She know.
be doing flip, like he be doing like lucha libre shit. He be doing,
I don't like
Oh,
weird
shit.
fucking in porn. We're not gonna talk about porn.
We're not.
But
What's
if
up,
you're doing
Terrell?
weird fucking out here, these weird stop it. You're just doing it for the camera.
It is, yeah. But aside from that, you said you had a good week, man.
Yeah, you know.
What up,
work.
kid? We ain't gonna get you started because I know you. I just heard you talking some. Well, like, nah, we ain't gonna get you started.
I had a good week. I ain't do too much. I just
Because you damn sure can't afford to take care of a child or assist me. So
You
we
can't
ain't
afford
making
it.
no babies. That's what I assume. If you can't afford $4, you can't afford $50, and you damn sure can't afford
why
tens of thousands of dollars.
Why,
that's-
look,
that's-
why get a
that's
break from
just-
McDonald's
I'm
when you
just-
got perfectly good tea at the house?
But guess what?
You know what I'm saying?
He asked me why I
Basically,
wasn't pregnant, and that's why.
horrible.
I don't
No, it's a
know.
great analogy. Right, on point.
I don't know those things. That and
The
over all of
hot dogs
that,
would have been better. You
over
said
all of that,
great.
your girl got goals, and
Because sex
babies
is
get
sex.
in the
It
way.
is what it is.
Okay, all right, Bree, why are you not pregnant yet?
Oh Lord,
We're not bringing her into this.
wow.
Joe,
Y'all, no, listen. Y'all popular, doing good things in life. You tell niggas not throwing y'all, like, get out of here.
Can I answer that? What,
No, Joe, how was your week first?
Just said my week was good. I just want to know.
my week was good. It was good, you know. Everybody's healthy. So it's a lot of family.
That's what's up.
Playing in the shower, so
Yay.
everything's going. Just keep staying busy, staying positive, and
I like that.
looking forward to great
That's
things.
Well, my week was interesting. It was good and bad.
Well, what happened?
I got pulled over by the police because
that shit was hilarious when he told me.
Well, thank God you're alive.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how it happened. I'm going to work. I'm gonna cut it short because I was going to work. Long story short, the police in front of me, he pulls over. I go around him. As soon as I go around him, he beat me. Now, mind you, my tag still had the expired date on it, but I renewed them, so it's good. I just hadn't got the sticker yet from the mail. He gonna pull me over. Everything legit. Tags are straight, insurance. He said, you know why I pulled you over, sir? No, why you pull me over? Oh, because you was speeding. How the fuck I'm speeding? I'm behind you, nigga. The fuck is you doing? Then, so I had to spend some money to get all this shit straight. I called my car people, right? Because I was like, man, I ain't gonna be able to make this payment. I don't know what y'all gonna do, but if you try to get some money, that shit gonna say insufficient funds. I don't know what the fuck y'all got going on, but I'm just letting you know ahead of time, like, this shit ain't gonna go what you think it's gonna go. So they was like, oh.
Mad at me.
Yeah, so they was like, oh, don't worry about it. You paid up until the end of January.
Well, look at God.
Look at them. I mean, won't you do it? But I'm just saying.
You probably paid 3 times in a month or something. I don't know how.
No, they said they've been charging me extra, so it's been going toward my principal. So basically, I've been paying ahead of schedule. So I don't have to make any payments till.
So does that mean you're not going to? Or?
Yeah, that mean I'm not going. I told them hold off on that shit. How much money that's gonna save me? I can buy all kind of coke and hookers and spend bread on Jordans and shit.
Yes,
not have no kind of goals.
Nigga shit. High five to nigga shit. Yeah, I can't reach, but
high five to shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, well, I don't work.
I don't need your financial advice.
Hey, I don't give a all I said was okay. I just said okay.
Jordan. Yeah.
What you gotta do?
They will be back broke in January.
The question was, were you speeding?
No, he wasn't.
No, I wasn't speeding. What he did was he seen the expired date on my tag. When he ran it, he was like, oh, this shit legit. Now I gotta make up a reason why I pulled this nigga over.
Yeah.
Let me make up a fake speeding, whatever. Because he asked me what my driving record is. I'm like, I ain't got no points. Why would you even ask me my driving record?
I don't know.
Then he came back. He come back and like, okay, sir, I'm just going to let you off. He said, just promise me, sir, you won't speed anymore, and I'll just let you off with a warning. Okay.
Hold on. On a little side note, when he was telling me this story, right? I'm at work. We all got this nosy motherfucker that we work with that's always, you know who the fuck she is. Nosy is shit. Always nosy. So, ear hustling. Always ear hustling. Mm-hmm. So he's telling me the story. She starts ear hustling. They didn't pull you off because you were black. I'm like, bitch. Yeah, I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
Talking about, everything she was, I'm like, no, that's not the reason either. Like, shut up. Just shut your ass up.
Low key, she be shadowing that nigga. Whatever side he on, she be wanting to fall.
I don't like that shit.
Does she like it?
Because he be talking about shit and she just want to know what the fuck he talking about.
I'm good on that.
Hey, Bam, listen to the podcast.
No, she doesn't.
I hope she does. Bitch,
if you want ear hustle, let us benefit from it.
Thank you.
Pretty much, yeah.
Tune in,
You're
please.
Right.
I got this one lady at my job. She is fucking. She's probably top 5 annoying people I've ever met in my fucking life.
Yeah, damn.
Top 5.
Wow.
And I like, son, like. I had to train under her, so and all she does is fucking I just met her and she's telling me about her divorce and her daughter cut herself and all this shit. I'm like, lady, I didn't ask you none of this. Like, I didn't even ask how your day or hello or nothing. And she was like, yeah, this now. I'm like, I don't even know you like that.
Right.
And
ain't nothing changed.
And she be training me and we got use a little hand scanner to do the. And she'd be looking at the scanner and put her old titties on me. I'm like, the old ass titties before you give me old people something. Fucking rash or some shit like that. And she got a tattoo on her chest, between her titties.
I didn't even know that.
And she be wearing the deep V's. You don't put them old ass cleavage away.
I don't.
Looking like old ass, you squeeze old ass bread together. That's how her titties look.
My jaw is dropped.
Titties out of here.
Wow.
That's the second worst pair of titties I was seeing.
Oh, the second. Now I need to know what the worst pair is.
Man, okay.
You was there when we was in South Beach. Remember me, you, and Michael to South Beach, and that lady was
president for that?
A homeless lady was out there. This bitch just took off her shirt and changed herself in the middle of South Beach.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you,
old scarred up, ugly titties. I still looked at them. I was like, oh yeah, look at them titties.
Man, listen, I don't know.
I hate those titties.
I don't know if anybody watches World Star, but I just seen a video where some big girl was pulled out her titties, was doing like that, and some niggas ran up and mushed her and pushed her to the ground.
Nah, that nigga snuffed her.
He snuffed the fuck out of her. I was like, damn.
Mental problems.
I don't know what.
But the lady we saw in South Beach, she had scars on her titties. Those was just terrible titties. Those was number one on the list of worst titties I've ever seen in my life.
Titties were terrible.
Them yammers were foul.
Like you and Mike was there. That's when we went out.
I remember exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
And she just stopped in the middle of the street, just started changing. We was like, I'm like, the fuck is she doing? I'm like, oh, look at those titties, y'all. And I ran. I'm like, if I'm gonna see them, everybody gonna see them. I'm running everybody's snap.
I try not to remember things like that.
No, I'm gonna bring it up every 6 months. Remind people there are horrible titties.
Don't bring it up when niggas is eating, man. Like that's.
I'm not worrying about it. Whatever.
Yeah, but that lady.
For sure, you're not.
Annoys me at work.
Ooh, you wild! Oh my
I didn't get
goodness.
I was slow on that one.
That's okay.
Was that a girlfriend joke?
Shut the fuck up. So topics today.
Sean has a girlfriend. Sean has a girlfriend.
Wow. Anybody want to go first? Anybody got a topic they want to go? I got some shit.
You go.
All right. Did anybody see?
I love this stance thing.
John Logan, what's up, G?
This 16-year-old girl who is black.
Oh my god.
And claimed she was Caucasian.
Yes, I saw.
And she tried to downgrade black people, saying she was above them and she don't see herself as black and we monkeys and all kind of dumb shit. Where the fuck? I didn't watch the whole video. I ain't gonna lie, because it was just so ignorant to me. I couldn't go through it. Was her mom on the video or her parents or anything?
Her mom was
at Dr. Phil.
Yeah,
was with her.
Phil.
Like she brought her on Dr. Phil.
Yeah.
She brought the little girl on Dr. Phil.
What did the mom say about it? She nothing?
I think. Okay, the clip that I saw, the mom didn't really say a lot. It was an exchange between her and Dr. Phil.
I'm just trying to figure out where were the parents at to let somebody, a young child like that, lose their identity of who they are? Like that's just.
Dude, and this is what I think.
Okay.
And you don't think that's sad is she gonna talk shit about us, but the first people that's gonna remind her that she's black is gonna be white people.
Exactly.
When she get lost in reality and she's gonna think I'm one of them, and they're gonna invite her to something, and someone's like, look at that nigger. And they're gonna, it's come crashing down. So, oh shit!
No, you know what she gonna do?
Be like, where?
Exactly. She gonna be like Dave Chappelle when he was at that get them niggas, where they at? Like, talking to you niggas.
Boogity woogity.
So I do think that the ball was dropped somewhere in the home for sure. However, I also do think that, or I know that. At 16, your parents aren't your only influences. And there are definitely, if that upbringing in the beginning isn't solid, like that solid foundation, then those influences can definitely become more influential or more powerful than your parents' influence, you know? So I was more curious to know what was it that she experienced in her lifetime and growing up that made her feel like, oh no, I can't be this. Right. Because not only did she not want to be black, but like you said, she felt that all black people were thuggish and ignorant.
And she's superior to black people.
That comes from things that you've experienced, things that you've seen. So I would be curious to know what she experienced.
Yeah, and I remember when Josh said on the chat saying that she's like Uncle Ruckus.
That was Terrell.
It was Terrell?
Yeah.
I don't know. You posted it already.
She was doing so well last week, dog.
Hey, shut up. Anyway.
John, when you're not here, Osby on his shit.
I heard.
He's disturbing that energy.
I heard.
Some electromagnetic interference.
He's making good points and good jokes.
Anyway, though, like, maybe she had the same experiences like Uncle Ruckus did or some shit. Because, like, I remember watching Boondocks and, like, his mom was telling him all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he had, I know her mom wasn't doing that, but maybe somebody else that she's close to probably was just pushing her and telling her all that kind of stuff.
That's a possibility.
But it's easy for, especially for people to not like black people for some reason. Because it's like, we're the easiest target to like, oh, let's shit on black people. Like, yo, everybody else is doing it, we can do it too. So like, it's somebody around her that's gassing her head like, oh, you might be dark, but you better than them and blah blah blah. Like, no, you're not. Because, like I said, it's going to be the white dude she loves. He's going to take her home like, Mom, this is my lady. They be like, you don't get that black bitch out of our house? you're out of the will. And you be like, sorry, babe, get the fuck out of here. So, reality, she's gonna have to face reality at some point in her life, yo.
Yeah, she's only 16, so she hasn't faced. I would
because it's not white dick that make her think like that. White dick doesn't do that to you. Black dick does.
I'm about to say black dick will.
Thank you.
Black dick will have you with the haircut and everything.
Thank you for the support.
Well, can I piggyback off of that then and bring up something else?
Leave it at there. That's it.
I sent out another video of this black woman. I guess she's a preacher or whatever. And she was on the pulpit, and her whole premise was, I don't identify with being black. I don't see race. I identify with being Christian before I identify with being black.
Whatever.
I don't know if there's any real. I don't think there's any really religious people in our audience right now.
What are you saying about?
She was saying that race shouldn't be brought up. Like, she's a Christian before being. She said she's a Christian woman who happens to be black.
Who's this?
This was a video out.
Yeah, just some random.
See, if you was in our group chat, you would know.
Shade. Lord.
If I was in a group chat, you wouldn't be hearing this knowledge right now.
All right,
I need knowledge.
I just want to rile you up so you can get on.
I know something about snake.
That's on your face, Joe. Come on, man. Everything.
I mean, to his point, both cases, there are a lot of people that think like that. Like, I've had a lot.
As far as what point?
Just how they think about their own people, how they think about themselves. We know Spice from Love and Hip Hop. You know, we saw the latest picture.
Now she said that was a publicity.
Yeah,
she hasn't actually bleached her skin. It was to get people's attention to actually talk about the
that was
issue.
makeup.
That wasn't what she did.
Okay.
I can tell you about that.
Okay, so now, all right. So there are people that think like that. I've had conversations with Christians who, when you bring up things related to justice, like you go to a lot of different churches, they don't really discuss race or the politics of the day these days, and they focus on, Jesus or whatever, and they will put
fake wealth,
or fake wealth. They'll put that in the forefront for the most part, and what your racial identity is, or even things that I feel passionate about that goes on every day in the world. That's like secondary to being a faithful Christian. So that sounds about what I hear a lot of, actually.
Okay.
So I think that when it comes to Christianity or religion in general, well, first let me start by saying I don't consider myself to be religious. I do consider myself to be spiritual. And let me finish. Wait. Jesus Christ.
No. Like,
I'm also trying to find my identity within Christianity because that's the religion that I was brought up in. But personally speaking, I can't stand up and say I'm a Christian if I haven't read the whole book, because that means I don't know what that religion is about for me. I only know what's been told to me. So that's what I'm in the process of doing, reading through that entire book so that I can know what I'm saying before I say it.
That's why I laugh, because we all say that. I was like,
and I haven't even made it through the Old Testament, let me just be clear. And already I found discrepancies in what I read and what is being said in the pulpit.
Yep, when you ask them questions.
Side note, if you say you're a Christian, I expect you to do your own study. And don't be talking about what the pastor said if you don't know.
Exactly.
But moving forward.
You just gotta have faith. Like, no, let's ask you a question.
You can have, and listen, don't even get me started, because I feel like faith is admitting that this can't be proven. It's a possibility that it's not true. That's why it's faith. If it wasn't, it would be fact. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Anywho,
just have faith. Shut up.
But that's because they have an issue with their faith and their identity. Because if you're that easily shaken, that's a problem. But anywho, so I feel like, especially now I hate you. I feel like now in the social climate that we in, I've literally heard someone say, "Well, I think that you can't be Christian and pro-black together." Like, I've heard that. I've heard someone say that. So there's this consensus that somehow, well, I understand where it comes from. There's this consensus that Christianity is against black people, and I understand where it comes from because a lot of those verses were used to enslave our people and keep us enslaved. I get that, but I think, one, especially in the case of the lady that I saw, her main thing is, oh, well, we just need to operate in love and we need to be unified. And if race it's what's dividing us, and let's just get rid of that. Right. If that's how you feel, then you're allowed to feel that way. My personal thinking is race shouldn't be a divider. It should help us understand each other better. You know what I'm saying? While it makes me different, it doesn't make me any less, you know? So I should be respected as a human being regardless. Now, when it comes to Christianity and the whole argument that, oh, well, it's against black people, let's be clear. Christianity was here far before America was here. If you want to take it way back, one of the oldest known churches, if not the oldest known church standing in the world, is in Ethiopia. Right. Africa, where they have old scripts and scrolls and all of that. So the argument that somehow Christianity was created by a white man, no, it's been misused and misconstrued and changed by a lot of white men in history, but that's not where it comes from. So I feel like there's just this attack specifically on Christianity in the black community, and I feel like that's why people feel like they have to choose.
Yeah, I would like to ask that later. I wish she was here, but to your point where you said religion should bring us together and race is a big divider, I would counter and say that religion has been a
you better speak on it.
Bigger divider than race. Honestly, I worked for TSA. I wouldn't do this job if it wasn't for religious beliefs.
You better speak on it.
911 because of religious beliefs. So it's like, it's a lot of different things that divide us. I mean, I don't know if you can just point to one thing as being race or religion, but
what it boils down is not about race or religion. What divides us is it's human nature. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about at the bottom, at the deepest root of the issue is human nature.
I believe it's how we was raised as well.
Not even I can see that, but even on a more primal level, if you take it all the way back to hunters and gatherers, as a human being, your first instinct when you see something different is to fear it. Your next instinct is to figure out, do I need to eliminate this threat? Okay. Oh, is it going to? No, okay. No, your second instinct is to figure out, do I need to do I need to eliminate this threat, or how do I eliminate this threat? Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You automatically that's innate in us, and it came from when we were hunters and gatherers and we would see animals or whatever. You gotta act, but we don't have to be in that mode anymore. But I feel like it's so ingrained in us that we don't take the time to just understand.
Well said. You have something to say, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, religion is just an early form of getting everybody to kind of come together. I would say, kind of like early government.
Oh yeah,
governing system.
What better way to control people than with hell?
Exactly. So I mean, here's the thing: if you can find a way to be like, hey, I need you to do this, you have to make up something up, right? To basically say, hey, I need you to do this, or you're going to hell,
right?
Like, oh shit, I don't want to go to hell. Let me go ahead and get my shit right.
And also to explain the unexplainable.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, religion is just an early form of government, and whatever government is now is just spawned off of what religion was. You know what I'm saying? It just, so.
But also, like, if you look at it, during slavery, the slaves got together in church to plan their escapes and their uprisings and all kind of stuff. That's why they started having overseers go in the black churches.
Right.
And that's why they couldn't have black preachers. They had to have the white preachers to preach them.
That's what we got Negro spirituals from. That's how we communicated.
All them shit was to, hey, you're going to wade in the water. Meet me by the lake, niggas.
Yeah, bro.
Let's get out of here.
Swing up. Okay.
Yeah, stuff like that. So that's what people don't understand. Like,
well, I would say with religion and human nature,
right.
Some people.
He's too 90s. He got to talk with his hands.
No, fuck the mic, right?
That's just going to end up outside.
Do you want to switch? You want to use this?
No, I'm good. Okay. I just fuck. I would do that shit with that too. I'm like, yo. So yeah, I mean, I think I had this conversation at work as well. I think certain types of people tend to try to annihilate other types of people, and some other types of people will be more comfortable bringing them in. Right. At the end of the day, we're not the ones threatened by anybody because we have the dominant gene pool, so we don't have to fear anyone that doesn't look like us because nothing can annihilate us, right? So, yeah. But then also with religion, it's not just religion or spirituality, but the type of spirituality that it is, because it's like if you believe that God is outside of yourself and God is not in the trees, in the land, in the water, like many other religions around the world believe, then they can't take your land because you evaluate. in North Dakota with the pipeline, those people, those Native Americans were willing to die for that, for water. While they could poison our water every day, we will not die for it. We will go about our lives like nothing happened, because we don't view God, matter if it's spiritual or not, to the level that it should be, so that they could poison the water. As long as we're fed, we can go to Trader Joe's, we're fine, generally speaking, right? So that's the power of the adulteration of the religion that we created. The Christos principle has nothing to do with one person. It's a collective of people that have that energy, not just that one individual historically. So I think the power of that Christianity in our history has been devastating. But because if we created it, it's like we created something, we could find the truth in it, and we used it powerfully throughout our history. But now it's been adulterated again.
Yeah. So would anybody, I got a question, would anybody say that they're, whatever their belief is, spiritual, Islam, Christian, or whatever, would they put that as a pretense of what their race is? Like, would you be like, I'm a Muslim who happens to be black, or like you say you're spiritual? Would you say I'm a spiritual person who happens to be black, or you say I'm a black woman who is spiritual?
For me,
yeah,
I would say that I'm a black woman who has to be spiritual, who is spiritual. However, that's because I feel very strongly about speaking up for my community. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's my number one priority. So that's why I would identify in that way. So I feel like people who do differently just choose to put their spirituality or their faith or their religion before that, and that's their choice.
Well, my only problem with them saying that is that some things that are spiritual or religion are things that are usually taught to you, where you weren't taught to be black, you were born to be that, and you were taught spiritual and religious aspects later on in life that you were able to understand, but it wasn't, I don't think anybody's born Christian or born Muslim. Those are things that, as you get older, you choose to follow, worship that God or religion and follow it. But you are born as what you are. You're black, white, whatever. You are that before you are. That's why I would say you are that before you are whatever religion you would identify with.
I feel like personally, I'm black before anything, because that's the first thing you see.
That's what I'm saying.
Like tonight, I pre-ordered Red Dead Redemption 2.
Good job.
Yeah, I seen what you posted online too.
Good job. I need to get it.
Shout out to whoever made it.
Rockstar. I give him a shout out for that. Rockstar.
Yeah, I love Rockstar. But I was at GameStop and shit, and I was like, yeah, I'm not waiting in this line. I'm tall and black. I'm cutting in front of everyone. My shit is wild. It was like, you're in group 11. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm in group right now. Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, he was like, remember that Bernie Mac scene where he in the subway shouting?
I was like, wait, now,
So why did I really think he had something deep? I really did.
I don't like anything, because I can use my blackness to bully you. That's what you say.
That's not bullying.
Hey, if you had the dreads, it'd be nice on the cake, bro.
Everybody else
borrow my dreads, Howard.
I don't never wait in line. Fuck a bunch of that shit. I promise you, I don't wait in line at all. I just
watch Lion Lindy end up calling the cops on him.
Lion Lindy.
I don't know. Lion Lindy gonna pop out. Yeah, the cops don't be gone. I already got my shit.
Oh my god, this big
black guy.
And he cut the line. And listen, I was scared for my life.
That's exactly how it's gonna go.
My son,
hell yeah,
because he wanted Super Smash Brothers.
He basically stole my son's game.
I thought that was a porno at first. That brother smashing, I thought it was BBC. Yeah. I didn't know.
Not that I know anything about that.
Exactly.
Right. I just felt like I'm black before anything, because that's the first thing people want to judge you off of. Mm-hmm. So they see, he's black.
So I think that makes sense, right? Because, when people see you, that is the first thing they see. But I also understand people's instinct to rebel against that. Like, it's another reaction. So I feel like when you're walking in the world and you're black, the first thing people see about you is that you're black. And so they make those assumptions. So personally, I feel like there's two reactions that the majority of people make. One person is, I'm black, I'm proud, like, that's me, it is what it is. But the other person is, no, I'm more than that. Like, let that go to the back of your mind so you can see everything else. So they choose to, as opposed to wear it as a for lack of a better term, as a badge of honor, they kind of carry it as a cross.
Not me. I'm like, hey, I want you to see I'm black. I'm like,
I agree.
I'm black and dark skinned.
I'm all of that.
I love it.
I appreciate everything my ancestors gave me hand to toe.
To my advantage.
People
try to say, and I got
stay over there.
I'm just saying, if somebody appreciates it, also.
And I got a nigga name. My name is Ajay.
Yeah.
If you find one white person with the name Ajay, I'll give you my whole check.
People who don't know where he got his name from, he got it from like the most blackest shit ever.
The blackest movie ever, Car Wash.
Damn. No, dead ass.
That is
the dude with the name
was Franklin Ajay.
Yep.
And my parents went to go see that when my mom was pregnant, and she liked his last name. He spelled his name Ajaye. And she was like, I like that name. She spelled my name Ajai.
That's so cool.
And he had like the big afro skinny dude. Like, that's what I was trying to
fuck.
You know what?
Yeah.
I don't like that shit. Because when we had our little interview, why you ain't say that shit then, man? I was trying to get...
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, bro. That was
what the fuck are you talking about?
But that was months ago, bro. I
was trying to get some insight on y'all. That would have been a great piece of information about yourself.
That lasted like 10 minutes, and we started talking about like titties or something.
That's true.
We was like, yeah.
He talked about titties.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's talk about titties. Goddamn it.
Trying to get some insight. You just brought out some deep shit. I didn't even know that.
That's where I got my name. Like my first name is from there. My middle name is Walter. I got that from. That's my grandfather's name.
Real Southern name.
Yeah, and my last name is German. It's with my. This is not even like a slavery change name. Like one of my ancestors came from Germany, and it was the war. I think like one of my great grandfathers, and then our last name was spelled Halbach because it's German.
Right.
And they was like, nah, you got to change the name because you're in America. They was like, okay, Halbach.
Oh, okay.
That's my last name.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I have a thing about names.
I feel like you should have said that in the interview. That would
cool
that
to
was
know.
a great piece of
Why
insight.
are you still harping on that shit?
Yeah. I'm trying to be like the Black Larry King, bro.
Okay. All right.
You know what? Just be the best Joshua Myers.
Yes.
Hey, don't use my whole government name.
What?
Well, you know he ain't got no warrants.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, maybe not this state, in West Virginia.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just playing.
What kind of warrant you got in West Virginia, bro?
Oh, don't do it.
You ain't been out there doing no type of fucking
the next episode, like, is Henry Hardaway here? You've been served.
Is Hennessy Hardaway in the building?
Exactly. They're gonna fuck up.
Like, damn, using my podcast government name?
They're gonna fuck it up like,
Jocelyn Henny Hardaway.
Christian Brothers Hardaway? Like, Christian Brothers, like,
it's Paul Masson Hardaway? Damn, bro.
So,
I've been looking for this guy from like 3 states.
So, before we get off of that topic, because I feel like we talked a good bit, this is something I would definitely want to ask. If y'all had a chance to talk to this young lady, what do you think you would tell her?
I would tell her, like I said, I think your whole pretense is wrong about you being a Christian woman who have. I mean,
no, I'm talking about the little
16-year-old girl.
Yeah,
oh, okay, my bad. The 16-year-old
girl. The church lady, she's gonna believe what she believes. She's wrong.
Honestly, I don't even know if I would. She's so young and ignorant to a lot of things in life. I would want to talk to her mom or somebody who I wouldn't know what Kia said. I would want to talk to her and be like, what happened in your life to make you so strongly believe that you're not black? Like, what was it? What was the event in your life that led you to believe these things? Because then maybe we can get to the root of her whole mentality. I think that's what we need to get to first.
Maybe it was maybe she might have had a dad, because I didn't even see nothing about no father.
Yeah, I didn't.
Maybe her dad just
was it like a full length episode like of Dr.
I just seen a clip.
Yeah, it was. They just do like.
Yeah,
maybe I should watch the whole. I want to watch the whole episode.
Some of that shit.
Well, and I will say he definitely communicated with her on a not on a tit for tat level, but on a just be educated in what you're saying before you speak, because a lot of things what she was saying was shit that a 16-year-old would say.
Right,
so he just wanted to let her know that, but even in that she was still defiant. You know what I'm saying? Like she was like, well, I hear what you're saying, but and that's typical teenage stuff. You're gonna be defiant.
That's why I say I don't think I can talk to her on that level, because she's still a kid. Like, I can't talk to her on an adult level.
And I wouldn't even go as far as to ask her like, what did you experience to make you feel this way about black people? I would just be like, tell me about your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, just so she doesn't feel that she is on the defense, because it's so much easier for people to open up when they don't feel like they're being scrutinized. You know what I'm saying? So that would be my first question before anything. Just tell me about your life.
Shut your dumb ass up.
We know.
Yeah.
We know.
I mean, as I said before, having children, the parents have to be talked to about that.
That's what I was
That's generally what she believes. The parents said something, in my opinion, that it showed her an example that is accurate way to be in life. But what did you say about Spice? What was your take?
Okay, so just like a pandemic, I would say in Jamaica.
Yeah, I've seen
everybody is
for sure.
freaking bleaching their skin to become lighter.
Yeah,
but essentially, they just want to. They say that their skin color kind of doesn't help them get jobs. So they say if they bleach their skin, it makes them look better, and they probably get jobs.
And women feel like they get more men. So.
Women? You mean men do it too?
No, men do it.
Yeah, I agree.
Vibes Cartel. Crazy. He's like the first one that I know.
He's probably the one that.
Braids?
Yeah.
Okay,
He's probably the one that started this whole thing in the first place.
He's kind of locked up
because he like Pablo Escobar type.
Yeah, he just does what he wants.
But he pretty much the one that kind of started that whole thing. Mm-hmm. And I think what Spice was doing was trying to make show everybody that this is what's going on.
Right.
This is craziness. I'm happy with and stuff like that. So
just the other side to that I saw, because this is me, and I don't know if anybody else does this. I don't jump to conclusions. I like to wait to see if it comes out Monday. I want to wait until at least Wednesday or Thursday to see if there's anything else that's transpired with it. Because when you jump to conclusions, we don't know what might happen. Then some shit happens. You be like, all right. So I saw on Facebook, Instagram, everybody's like, oh, she ain't shit. No, she don't give a fuck about her beautiful black skin and this and that. So I was like, let me wait and see. Because I'm like, she ain't never been that type of way anyway. Like, she loves herself from what I've seen. Like, she a real nasty woman. She made that, talking about pussy and a cocky make the perfect team. I said, it sure does.
I concur.
Yes, it sure does. Like, it's the greatest team. Name me a better duo than that.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Exactly. That trumps that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'll go hungry. Nah, make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I get some of that.
All right, focus.
Cuda. But I said Cuda. But when I saw like on the Breakfast Club they talked about it. It was like, yeah, this is just for my video. This is just me showing. Like I said, shedding light on that. Because the other chick, Amara Negra, I don't know why I can't ever get her right. But she said like she's down with it. It's like, yeah, because that's a big problem. It seems like they will not take you serious as an artist, especially a black female artist, or even a black woman in general, unless you look a certain way. And it sucks that, has any of y'all seen School Days?
Yeah.
That's the perfect movie to like make an example of. You had the darker skinned black people against the lighter skinned black people. And it was like, some people just, they don't take you serious unless you look a certain way, or you have some dudes like, oh, well, you're darker, so I figured you were more angry and mean. Like, people look at me sometimes, they're like, why you look so angry and mean? I'm like, angry and mean? I'm always joking.
Yeah, but the funny thing, like, in Jamaica, though, it's really just almost like a delusion because nobody really cares. Like, top politicians, they don't care. Nobody who has a job or is, like, trying to give you a job does not care. You're all Jamaican.
So where do you think that comes from? Like, where did that perception or that delusion come from?
I mean, you can, like I said, Vibes Cartel started doing it pretty much, and everybody just followed suit.
So you think because, like, did he speak on why he was doing it?
He said he wanted to he did it because so his tattoos would show better. That's his excuse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense, but
Jamaicans love browning, Joe.
Yeah,
like they're gal, browning.
But at the same time,
browning, they do that all day, yo.
But at the same time, though, like, this didn't just start in Jamaica.
Right, you're right.
It's like in Africa, Africans don't sell stuff to Jamaica in the first place. They got a lot of stuff like that in Africa.
Yeah,
too.
I seen it on
worldwide.
Yeah,
like
so
worldwide.
I'm just hoping it doesn't
hit
America too hard. I don't think it really affected us.
Really, I don't see any of them.
I mean, celebrities. I've seen them. Come on,
it affects us, but it doesn't affect us.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody bleaching their skin, but you can see some people do.
Yeah, it's not that extreme, but when you hear people say, "Oh, well, I'm trying to get dark. I gotta stay inside."
Exactly. There's a lot of color.
That's where it comes from.
I know. My family definitely, like my aunt is super color struck because like
really
she's dark skinned. My mom dark skinned. I'm the darkest one in my family, and my little cousins on my mom's sister's side, like they're all like light skinned. Like you see my niece and nephew, they're all light skinned. Well, kind of light skinned and brownish or whatever.
It ain't brown.
But my aunt used to tell my little cousin, like, y'all stay out the sun before y'all get dark.
Yeah.
Like you?
They internalize
fuck
that.
Out of here.
Yeah, they internalize that. They internalize, like, people actually, like, I've seen and heard grandmothers even put their lighter skinned children on a pedestal just because that's their light skinned grandbaby. Like, that's crazy to me.
We joke about it, don't even realize. Like, I be at work and, you know what I'm talking about. Well, I can't think of her name right now. Went to the military.
Albie?
Oh. She be like, yeah, Sean, you acting real light skin today. You listen to that light skin music.
Yeah, she really do.
we make jokes out of it. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to put on that Arby station today. You know what I'm saying?
But we've been
I'll be sure.
So we've been worse because the way we be talking about Raynard sometimes, that shit be fucked up, yo.
Yeah.
Like that nigga, because Raynard is dark. Like
y'all call him the Dark Knight and shit like that.
Yeah. Remember
what happened?
Raynard Black?
Oh yeah, they were like, it ain't black, it's Raynard.
you know what's crazy? It's like,
it was joking about it, but subconsciously it's a thing that we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I quit that a long time ago. Like,
sorry,
real shit. Like I've been told, y'all know me. When the last time you heard me say a light skin or dark skin joke? Like, I don't even do that shit no more because I kind of feel like
it's segregation wrong.
Yeah, like we've had discussion where we like, that's kind of a civil war amongst black people.
Yeah.
Like I say nigga, like I don't care. I say whatever, but like I kind of fell back on the dark skin, light skin shit but my whole thing is like growing up. Like I grew up like in the 80s, 90s, kid. And the first thing they do, you so black, and I'm like, oh shit, I gotta defend myself.
Yeah.
You so black, you jump in the pool, it's like an oil spill.
And when I'm in my 20s and I hear chicks be like, oh, I don't usually talk to dark skinned dudes. I'm like, bitch, you don't even know me. Like, so that was like a self-defense mechanism. I can't even say the word, but self-defense mechanism. Mm-hmm. So now I'm, as an adult, like, lately I just been trying to like not do it. Cause for one thing, it's easy as fuck to do. That you so light skinned, blah blah blah. So I'm just trying to stop it. You know what I'm saying? So
it really is.
Yeah, I'm improving myself.
I can't say much out of my family.
I still call you a bitch to your face.
Like out of my family, me and my youngest brother, we're the darkest ones. My grandmother's sisters, everybody. Like you see my grandmother, they're all light skinned. You know what I'm saying? Like me and my youngest brother, we're like the darkest ones. My aunts, well, one of my aunts, she's light skinned. Like we got a lot of light skinned people in my family. It's me, I just look at it like, it's whatever. I don't even be thinking about it like that. I don't care about it. Yeah, it's like whatever. But when I see other people making it a big deal sometimes, it's like, that's what bothers me.
Yeah, and I feel like at the same time, like, it's like a weird race going. You see black people want to be lighter, white people. Like sorry, I'm trying. Like, black people want to be lighter, white people want to be darker.
I mean, tanning like hell.
Like, what the hell is going on?
Everybody love to be like
in the middle.
I'm like a couple chicks that are light skinned, and they be like, I'm not light, I'm dark skinned. I'm like, stop it, you know, like. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. It's like everybody want to be what they're not. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And I understand it's like kind of a black pride thing. Like they want to be proud to be black. But I'm like, yo, just be you.
That's a part of what makes us great. We coming on shade.
Your asses is fat. I still hit.
I know plenty of women that are lighter. That when they go on vacation, they love to get some more color. I know.
What way?
Big black color?
And all the way.
All the way.
Oh my God.
Big black color.
But by and large, you know, you go to the resorts, you're 90% white. They out there all day trying to get dark, and they love the fact that I can go out there for an hour. You know, so I mean, overall,
further away.
What? Overall, we do a pretty good job of even though all the media tells us the opposite. By and large, we seem to love ourselves very much. Yeah. And white people seem to, a lot of them
love us.
Yeah, they love us.
They fucking love us.
Yeah.
I got a quick funny story about this.
There's always some ignorance.
I feel like definitely with the, I guess 2 points. One, I see it a lot more, and maybe it's because I know more Americans than other foreign black people, but when I meet other foreign black people, either from African countries or wherever, like there's this sense of family just because we look alike. There isn't or you know what I'm saying, light skin, dark skin, whatever. Like if when they see you, they like, oh, that's black. Family. What's up, brother? What's up, sister? I'm gonna look out for you for that simple fact alone. Like American trend, right? Where it's like, oh well, you brown skin, you dark, this, that, and the third.
Over there, they have to hang on to each other.
You do. So, and I feel like we should be at that point too. I don't understand I understand, but it just sucks. But then also like we have these experiences. Like I remember when I was younger, my dad is from Trinidad. And prior to me
myself on crew
moving forward,
prior
to now this shit makes sense. Prior to meeting people, other people that were from Trinidad, like when I was younger, the only people that I knew that was from there was like my dad and his brother, whatever. Like my grandmother, she's from here, but she married their father and they lived there, and that's where she had them. But I was like, Dad, can we go back to visit Trinidad? Yeah. And he flat out told me, oh no, you're not dark enough.
What?
Flat out. And now of course I believed him because I was like 5 or 6 and I didn't know what, what people from Trinidad look like. So all I knew was what I saw.
Trinidad's look Indian.
All I knew was what I saw. And all I knew was that my dad, my uncle, all they're all dark skinned. So I was like, I mean, well dang, like that sucks, so
Phaedra.
Yeah. So it was just little things like that, like stuff like that. You internalize. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. Yeah, that was the excuse that he used, but I know why he said it.
Why did he say it?
Well, partially because when I was born, like both my parents are very dark, right? Yeah. So when I was born, I looked like a doll baby. Like I was really white, really rosy cheeks. So for a long time, he didn't even think I was his. For a long time. Yeah. Real nigga shit. My grandmother claimed me before he did. Real nigga shit. But I feel like he just carried that, along with the fact that he was too damn broke to go to Trinidad and he didn't want to say that.
Oh, see, that's not
like, it's cheaper to say, you don't belong.
Having been to Trinidad several times, Trinidad is a very strange place. Yeah. I have to say, I'm not shitting on any Trinis in the audience, but that island is very. Once the carnival's over and you just there in Trinidad,
it's really ain't nothing else.
Didn't they have a civil war on an island like 10 years ago? Not even like in the 1400s. It's like 10 years ago.
That was Grenada.
Grenada.
But Trinidad, I mean, it's a wonderful place. I love the people, but that island has there's something about it, and that whole thing with. And that discord with quote unquote abuse is pandemic.
Oh, I believe it.
And I'm just putting that out there. That I've heard, like my my wife's ex-husband his family's Trinidadian. They have a long history.
Had a smooth hair back.
They look like everybody. Everybody in the world looks like Trinidadian. Trinity has everybody there.
Right.
It's a mixture of Spanish, some white, black, Indian. It's like everything. Dynamic place, but it's like, it's something about that. You know how some places have an energy? Yeah. There's an energy there that is crazy.
But I got a quick story. I got a quick funny story. So like a year or two, maybe about 2 years ago, I was at work, right? This back when I used to, I quit smoking. This back when I used to smoke black. So I'm on my smoke break. I'm out there, not the end where, when you, I was on the far end, the other end of the airport smoking. And when you first come in, where Rob was at. So I'm smoking, right? I'm on a bench. It's several benches out there in the smoking area. It's a white lady there on one bench. I'm on another bench smoking. The sun is out. It's the middle of the summer. I got a short sleeve shirt on, and I'm and where some of the benches are, some of them are in shade, and some of them out in the sun. I'm on the one in the sun.
He said bitches like 42 times in one story.
He said bitches.
No, I'm giving you. I said bitch.
I said bitches. That's why I'm laughing so hard. What? Oh, this got it.
It's about bitches. Where you sit your ass on the
bench.
You're the only one.
I'm not even here.
Only one.
Nobody else saying bitches.
No, it's just you.
So anyway, back to my story. So anyway, I'm out and I'm sitting on a bench. Where the sun is shining down on me, right? So the lady was like, she was like, you might need to get on the bench where the shade is. Mind you, there's another black chick out there beside me. So we all smoking.
No, ma'am.
She like, you might need to get under there where the shade is because you'll get sunburned. I said, nah, I got melanin. That's what that's for. She was like, no, it's not. That's not what that's for. Me and the black chick at the same time, I kid you not, and said, yes, it is. And she looked at us dead in the eye and she was like, and she just put her head down, like she couldn't even say nothing. Like, bitch, this is natural. I got natural sunblock.
How you know, man?
Right. She tried to tell me that my melanin wasn't for sunblock. Like, bitch, I know my melanin.
I've had sunburn.
Now that time I said I've had sunburn before.
We can get it. It just take a lot more. We can get it.
I was only out there on a smoke break. Ain't like I'm gonna be out there for 5 hours baking in the sun.
And the equator you are. That equator sun.
Yeah, I was in Guam when I caught sunburn.
Listen,
Guam is 10 miles from the sun.
Just because you got to put on goggles, one in tropic, don't mean you can tell me I'm gonna get sunburned.
Gotcha. All right.
You go.
You got something to say?
Well, I was just gonna say, everybody, every group, race, whatever, always find something to discriminate against. It don't matter what you is, like, always find something. White people with redneck, hillbilly, some shit.
Yeah, like I tell people, like in Germany, when Hitler went against the Jews, there was no black people for them to be against. It's like it's all white people here. Who we hate? We hate them with black hair.
The ones
Fuck
with
y'all
black
hair.
features, black hair and big noses.
Even though he had black hair, but
that's the thing that's crazy. He told people
that's true.
He told people that was not like him. Say, hey, y'all should hate people like me, but listen
don't
to
hate me though.
Okay, that's a good idea.
So like the human race is just has to be discriminated.
The thing about it is that's what they tell us that was about though. That's not actually what his problem was, but
we'll get it.
No, because he said black people were the original Israelites.
Yeah,
we were
exactly.
the
That's
Jews.
what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
They
like,
tell you that's what that was about, but that's not what it was about. Because he was Jewish, so it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but that's another episode.
Yeah,
that's a whole other episode.
That's a whole other episode.
So,
well, yeah,
we don't want to get shut down.
And then
damn right. So, speaking of government type shit, what y'all think about
these bombs?
These bombs being sent to all these random ass spots. Like one got sent to the Clintons, one got sent to Obama's house, one got sent to.
Who sent them?
Joe got one today.
Who?
Joe Biden and his wife.
Oh, he ready for that smoke now.
As well as what's the name? Al De Niro. Robert De Niro and his wife got one today too.
There's a bunch of Trump supporters.
Wait.
Money, where's my guy?
Yeah, Robert De Niro.
Because Robert De Niro be talking shit about Trump.
Remember he said fuck Trump on
He called him all
fuck Trump.
He called
Straight
him all
up.
types of bitches. Like, yo,
he
like,
a real life gangster. He don't care.
Listen, Al Pacino, Joe Biden, they're gonna put hands. Somebody gonna put hands on
Robert
Trump.
De Niro be out here like
they don't want that smoke.
that was good, fellas.
And I was Scarface.
No, that's Al Pacino.
That's Al Pacino.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad.
And Maxine. That's Maxine too.
Like all of them I heard were like inert though.
I'm gonna tell you what I think. Can I start this off? Like I think that the energy that Trump put out toward the media, sorry, them calling them fake news, and I think he had an incident where somebody punched a reporter, and he kind of like
body slammed him.
But
physically assaulted the reporter. But my point is
the governor did, I think.
Him constantly attacking the media and calling them fake news and this, that, and the third. And you remember he had the whole shit where he was in a wrestling ring, body slam, clothesline of CNN with the CNN logo on it. All that shit enables people to feel like it's okay to attack people like that.
Yeah, and that's what he's doing. That's why he told motherfuckers, he's like, yo, if y'all was to ever impeach me, my supporters would riot and go crazy. So now it's like, hold on, if we impeach this motherfucker, these crackers is gonna go really fool out here. Yeah. He want to put that out there. He want to put that energy out there. So if they decide like, yeah, we're gonna get rid of him, it's gonna be some crazy cracker in the woods like, oh god damn it, can't take it no more. So that's what it's gonna be.
And the bunkers.
And they practice.
Yeah, they out here fucking having gun ranges in their backyard.
Let's not forget, Texas can disattach from us at any point, anytime. They can do it without permission.
Feel free. No, we did in Houston.
No, we did
Houston.
No, it's that part the way Texas is. They'll be like Houston.
Well, that was when they succeeded from the United States during the Civil War.
Okay.
That was a part of the deal that they made to get back or to. And they were the only Confederate state to get that deal. So a part of that deal, the rest of the states they have to have permission, like government permission to succeed. Texas does not.
That is
they can leave anytime they want to.
Listen, God damn it, I need my Underground Kings. My Bun B album.
So is that why it's called the Lone Star State? Because it's the only state they can do it?
Maybe. I know that was a smart ass move on their part. That's
definitely.
But it's crazy because, like I said, when I saw, I wake up, there was like, there was a bomb at, the Clinton's house. I'm like, what?
Don't they killing them in Harlem?
What, Clinton's?
Nah, Chappaqua, New York.
Yeah.
But they had an office. Like,
they had an office.
They had an office there for a little while. Yeah. That's something else.
But that's the bring the gentrification, but we're going to...
But, then you hear, it's at Obama's house. Then, it's at the CNN building. It's like, all this shit is starting to look like...
The CNN building was actually evacuated today. Fully evacuated.
Again, because I remember they showed, they was on there. He was like, well, sounds like
there was like some
a fire alarm is going off, and he's still reporting. It's like, get the fuck out.
Building is fucking huge.
Remember, Sean, remember that when the NIO briefing I gave you? But remember the NIO briefing I gave you?
Yeah, man.
But
yeah, I remember. Nigga, you can't talk.
I'm not gonna say anything from that.
Don't even.
It's not like anything crazy, but I feel like they're
talking to the mic, motherfucker.
Shut up.
Hold the mic like a battle rapper.
You want me to like put my mouth on it or something? Nah.
Oh,
anyway,
wait a minute.
Hold on.
Y'all think. Anyway, y'all get your mind out the damn gutter.
Who said? Oh, go ahead.
I'm not trying to say that.
Whatever point you trying to make is getting lost.
No, exactly, because y'all just
shut up.
Go ahead with your point.
Anyway, they're all. This seems like this is all like a test run or some shit. Like this is because they all were inert. You know what I'm saying? None of them were actually going to explode.
They're letting people know, like, yo,
it was a warning shot.
Basically,
I can't get it. Basically,
I'm telling you, like, it's if it's a Trump supporter somewhere that's really believing his bullshit.
Oh, definitely.
Or is it one?
But I don't know who's out here just getting all these. It's some kind of inside deal. I don't care. You can't tell me.
Yeah.
You telling me some regular motherfucker know where Obama lives? Like,
I think it's a coincidence that it's happening right before midterm elections.
Absolutely.
There's something more to it than just that.
I'm not gonna.
Everybody votes.
I'm not gonna say nothing's coincidence, but I just feel like all this shit is planned.
Definitely, it's planned.
If he don't know about it, he knows it's happening. And he's not doing nothing to stop it because he knows it benefits him.
Right.
He put the energy out for people to enable him.
Yeah, because he's an opportunist.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's never been an opportunist president. He opportuned his way to be fucking president. Like Kanye fuck with me. Hey, I like black guys that talk weird and have gold teeth. Like, yeah, no, you don't. You would never have dinner with this nigga unless he fucking. You know what I mean? Like, he's not just going to call Kanye like, what you doing? Let me get a pair. I've never seen him wear a pair of Yeezys yet. Or one of them fucking shirts with the holes with the cigarette burns in them.
You like a Brooklyn brawler?
Or dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never seen him quote Kanye in none of his speeches. They never be like, Jesus walks. Like, get the fuck out of here.
On his shirt and shit.
So, he opportuned his way. He finessed his way to presidency, son.
He's like a Brooklyn brawler.
What scares me the most about this is it's important for leaders, especially in a country as unique as this one with all of our different backgrounds and how we got here and all that stuff. It's important to have leaders to understand that we don't need people that are going to further polarize people who already feel so entitled and so connected to their opinions. And so the route that he took to get to the presidency and the route that other politicians are taking and following his footsteps and making these polarizing comments and just separating us more. Like, in my mind, I'm just like, how could you not see this coming? With all the access that we have to firepower and all the hard down beliefs in quote unquote freedom of speech, because everybody like to say that, right? Mm-hmm. How could you not see this coming?
Yeah. But do you think the energy he put out during his campaign and things he said since his presidency, even before he got elected, the type of energy he put out where I can say and do what I want, I'm still going to get to where I want to be. Do you think it's too late for him to turn back now and be more of a pacifist or a turn the other cheek type of president now?
I think
he's kind of dug himself in a hole.
I don't think he would ever do that. But even if he wanted to, I don't think that it would be believable. I think that one, it wouldn't be believable, and two, the type of fan base that he has, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody was like, "That's not the real Trump. They killed him, and that's a clone." Like, that's gonna be the story. Am I lying?
They might attack him.
That would be a fucking story, bro.
They might go after
and then
him.
they gonna go after him because he's not the real Trump and we gotta find him. Like, that's the kind of people that he got following him. Like, they hard down. Like, now you have someone, the president of the United States, who isn't denouncing you, but don't, you know what I'm saying, like, underhandedly supporting you. That's all they need. That's it. It's been validated now. Unfortunately.
The problem also is that the same day there was a grandfather in Louisville, Kentucky, walking with his grandson and shot in the back of the head while shopping. And
the grandmother.
Last name Bush, and then there's then he walked to the next victim, an older black woman.
This was yesterday.
And shot the black woman in the head.
Yep.
And the witness outside said that was his mother. But then there are all these other slashes, like you remember at the BART station, the two females that were stabbed in the neck.
Yes.
There's a lot of stories like that, and I'm pretty sure I didn't hear too much about this last episode on the news on Wednesday. And the girls kind of was in the media for a second for a blip. I mean, these things are not. And then there's a lady.
You said what happened?
It was in the news for a blip, just for a second.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't really like a big deal. And then there's a lady in Las Vegas stabbed in the neck again. These things are happening again and again. It's like straight out of Purge. No. It's not too much to say because it's not like
happening.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It does occur. So we have to be aware that these people think like this. But Trump just put it out, but it was already there.
It was already there.
It's like somebody can a black person come out and say, you know what, fuck all these, whatever, these people, and you need to get behind this, and if they get shot, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, if you think like that already, then that would apply to you.
People condemned NWA for saying fuck the police because they were afraid of the violence that would happen towards the police. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So people understand the danger in words, they know that. And like with that situation in Louisville, there was a white man who said that he got out of his car. He's waiting for his wife. He got out of his car. He had his gun with him. The white dude walked past him and stopped and said, "Oh, don't shoot me. I'm not going to shoot you. We're white. We're not supposed to shoot each other." What really baffles me is this man still had a bond. He has a $5 million bond. And this isn't his first incident. He's had an incident where he tried to rape a 15-year-old in the past. He has a domestic violence incident. He's attacked police officers before. So it's not like he don't have a history. Why does he have a bond? Period. I don't care if it's $500 million. Why does he have a bond? Period. That's a hate crime. Off rip. Murder one. Period.
That's wild.
I just heard, speaking of the justices, I just heard a crazy story. I don't know how true it is. Apparently there was a white man in prison, and he killed his wife in 2010, 8 years ago. They said they would give that man an Xbox One if he would tell them where the body is. Who the fuck gets that kind of deal like that? What you gonna do with an Xbox in prison, first of all?
Somebody gonna steal it.
Like,
they do deals like that.
They do deals. You just gotta have
we saw somebody shoot up a church and go to Burger King before he got locked up.
I think what really scares me about that, when I read stories like that, like, in those moments, I feel like, damn, I can't enjoy downtown because I'm worried about, oh, well, is this white person cool, or they feeling some type of way today and they gonna take my ass out just because I'm black?
Right.
Like, how you shouldn't have to walk through the streets feeling like that. Like, you shouldn't have to do that. But then the moment we're pushed into a corner and retaliate, now there's an issue. Now black people are violent. Now we're dangerous. Yeah. But look at what you're doing. Look at what you're allowing to happen. What do you think is going to happen? Right.
And then they have a preconceived notion that we're violent. That's why they call the police on us for no reason, because they think, well, they push us in the corner and then, they scared of the consequences. So they want to go ahead and call the police to have their back before shit escalates. But right.
Yeah. So, and just to add on to that, because this was another incident. I don't know if it happened last week or this week, but y'all heard about the young black boy that went up to this white couple's porch, and he was knocking on the door trying to get directions because he missed the bus, and the wife is already like, oh, he was trying to break in, and I was terrified for my life, and this and that, and then your boy steps out and then pulls out the shotty and shoots at him, and he's talking about, well, I was trying to shoot in the air, but I slipped. So you slipped and it came down? Like when I slipped, I would think of like, ugh.
Well, not only that, but if you're not shooting to kill, that's automatically a charge.
Exactly. So it gets to the point where it's like, yo, we can't do shit.
Well, you remember in Charlotte, what was it, 4 or 5 years ago, where that black man got into a car accident, and he went to those people's house to ask for help.
Nah, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, and then he ended up.
I remember that.
He ended up. I think he either got killed by those people or the police shot him because they called the I think they called the police on him, and the police ended up killing him.
Yeah, it was a black woman's house, and a white cop shot him.
It's terrible.
That was it happened like 3 years ago?
3 or 4 years ago. Yeah, that was here in Charlotte, and that was before the whole incident where the guy got killed in University from the police. Yeah. That was before that, and there was no riots for that because I don't know why, but that was it. It's been several incidents in this city where it's been like, I don't know. It's just that's one of the reasons why I went here and got my shit legit, so I wouldn't have to get pulled over because I'm not trying to be. And I hate to say it like that, but it's just the world we live in. It's a reality that you got to have in the back of your mind that you getting pulled over for something simple, even if you try to de-escalate the situation, it's a possibility you can go to the next level and you can end up being the next victim and being on the shirt. Somebody have a vigil for you or a riot over your body, and you just don't want that to happen.
You riot over me, you better fuck everybody up.
Damn, bro.
That's all I gotta say.
You sound like a guy right now, bro.
Nah, just keep it funky. If I'm gone and y'all riot over me, you better fuck everything up. Cause that's the type of energy.
Down the tallest building in Charlotte.
Real shit. Let's keep it funky.
That's the type of
y'all.
Energy. Fuck that, y'all.
That's the type of energy I'm gonna bring.
See? That building with the triangle on the top of it is gone.
With the upside down triangle.
Gone.
You talking about the one that be lighting up and shit?
Thank you. Charlotte skyline will not be the same. I'm like,
with a knife?
Fucking shit up.
I'm gonna go to the
National Hall of Fame, sitting one of them race cars. Shit,
on a happier note, today's October 26th. Shout out to the bestie, Angel Renee Brown. I said the whole government, happy birthday. Ready to celebrate with you.
Oh, happy birthday. Turn up.
Matter of fact, I got a couple birthday shout outs I can give out.
He said, oh.
Well, really, it's just like, Mike's birthday coming up.
Shout out to Mike. We gonna turn up.
And my little niece, Jordy.
Happy birthday, Jordy.
Little Jordy. She like, Uncle Jai.
Hey, I want to send a shout out to whoever won that Mega Millions. I'm your long lost cousin.
We ain't gonna talk about that. Fuck it.
And
my dog. Out there in Carolina.
I'm mad too, because that shit was
South Carolina.
That shit was in Simpsonville.
That nigga about to buy $1 million worth of boiled peanuts.
Nah, he about to go buy some motherfucking King Cobra, bro.
Oh, shit.
About to fuck up them gas station ball peanuts.
Well, if he in Simpsonville, he about to go to Space. He about to go to Space and get some damn chicken biscuits and shit.
Damn, dog.
So speaking of South Carolina, what about that video you had about the segregation going on in their schools down in Orangeburg?
Oh, man. Well, I wasn't able to...
You ever been to Orangeburg?
Nah, I never been.
Let me tell you about Orangeburg.
Okay, tell me. Educate me.
Orangeburg, shout out to South Carolina State.
Dub.
You know what I'm saying? South Carolina State.
Oh, Dub, that's his high school there?
Orangeburg Wilkinson.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
That shit black as fuck.
Very much
There's
so.
nothing in Orangeburg.
And you should have them.
They don't even have a mall. They got like a Walmart.
Yeah. What major city is Orangeburg close to?
Orangeburg.
It's probably like 30, 40 minutes from Columbia.
It's like the halfway. It's like 100 miles north of the coast, like Beaufort, South Carolina, and it's like you can either ride 95 or a back road, and it's nothing.
Orangeburg is 45 minutes from.
If it wasn't for the colleges,
they got I was saying.
Yeah, if it was for SCSU and all the colleges there, they would have nothing.
South Carolina State, Claflin. It's an HBCU.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get educated.
Listen, SCSU homecoming is banana sandwich.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
So not bad.
It's insane.
So what homecoming is it?
We was out there 17 years old.
Yeah.
17, 18 years old.
Doesn't matter.
It don't even matter who they play. Nobody goes to the game. It don't matter.
He's talking about
everybody parks their car and be
all
night.
night.
Orangeburg.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Son,
all across the tracks. all in the grass.
What is that? Did that pass already? Or
yes, last weekend.
Yeah,
Josh was looking outside.
We know that shit. Go to the armory out there.
We was out
there.
We was 17 years old at the college parties.
AKA, not AKA, one of them. Matter of fact, it was the AKAs. They're the Noops, right?
No.
Who was Noops?
Kappa?
It's something, the Crimson and Cream, whatever.
The guys.
Yeah, they got like a big ass house, like a club in that motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay. They were selling that shit called Noop Juice and all that shit. Like,
oh, you talking about Kappa Castle?
Noop Juice. Yeah.
You talking about Kappa Castle?
Yeah. So with every fraternity, they have their own drink. You got
really?
They got that blue juice.
They got purple order. You got Aces.
Son,
like,
nigga, look at my face. That shit was
and it's made to fuck you up.
Bananas. My little
Noop Juice and pink panties.
So long story short, for somebody like me who don't know anything about the area, go down there doing.
No, you go to JCSU. It should come up this weekend.
Yeah,
but that's in Charlotte. That's next weekend in Charlotte. I'm talking about in Orangeburg.
Don't worry about that one.
Okay,
you talking about next weekend, right?
This weekend coming up.
Okay, yeah. Not
in a couple of days. It's starting this weekend.
And the A&T one is November 5th, right?
Let me know.
Tonight is parties around because of JCSU homecoming.
Okay, so
here in Charlotte.
I thought it was next weekend.
In Charlotte, yeah.
Oh,
but back to Orangeburg, it's nothing in Orangeburg.
That's what I was saying. So the only time I should really go is during that.
Well, that's not the point, though.
Okay. And the bang chicks, like Orangeburg got some joints.
They got.
So I don't know anything about it. I'm just trying to.
That's not the point.
Okay, what's the point?
Walmart is their mall.
The point.
I know that. Every Walmart is the mall in every small town. That's
the point.
Okay, what's the point?
Motherfuckers. The point.
Walmart is their mall.
Shut up. The point is, they have this whole. I would like to say it's a long going problem where you have these two schools basically that are segregated, and they're like, maybe a couple of miles away from each other, some shit.
So the prep school though, it's a private school, right?
Yeah.
The prep school out there. So it's basically, it's not like, if it's not like if you're
I watched the video.
You can't most of the time you can't afford to go there. You know,
most black people in Orangeburg probably wouldn't want to send their kids there anyway because it's a white.
It's a white school. Now, you can get an education from Orangeburg Wilkinson High. I mean, I know two very well educated guys who went on to go to Howard University, and they make very good money right now from Orangeburg.
So OW is not like that lean on me school.
It's close. It's close, but you can get a quality education there.
You know what school was that?
Where was that?
In Patterson, New Jersey, bro. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Fucking Jersey.
Okay, and that shit was good as fuck, wasn't it?
Everything is hood up there, dog. I know. Orangeburg, it ain't that. It's just a bunch of black people that go to that school. That's all that is.
I'm just trying to get some context, bro. I don't know.
No, the thing is that...
And country niggas fight. So it's a lot of fights. But that's pretty
But the thing is a lot of them, they was like, they never been to the other school or even really been around white people like that. Or vice versa.
So,
and they had this one little white girl. Because the parent was like,
sending her child to
exactly. She's like, I feel like we should do this. I honestly applaud her for that.
Definitely got you.
Because I think that's dope. She's looking like, we should do this. We all live in the same town. Why not? We're gonna have to encounter each other anyway. Something. Not even integrate because it's not like she said. It's only like a handful of white people that.
They say you can count on your hands and.
Yeah. But I'm just saying though, like she had a choice. She could have easily sent her to the other school, but she's like, nah, I'd rather send her here. So then she can at least see that black people aren't bad. They're not terrible. They're not this and that. Like. We're not gonna know anything unless we start mingling with each other sometimes.
But when she bring Tyrone home, like, Mom, this is my boyfriend.
Oh, you gotta expect that. You gotta expect that.
But you never know. Mom Dukes might be like, whatever, go ahead.
I would be curious
that sounds cool.
Because if I recall the little girl, she was kind of feeling like, a little alienated because, she was a minority. So I think I get what the mom is doing, but I think it's also important to understand what that's gonna do to the child as well. Because when I was in Beaufort, I went to Beaufort High. I had the opportunity to go to Beaufort Academy on a scholarship. All I had to do was do the interview. And I flat out told my mom I wasn't going. I said, if you send me to this interview, I'm going to act a plumb fool in there. They will not give me anything. I promise you.
I think that's an interesting social experiment, not for the integration part, but for a white person can feel how it feels to be a minority in a setting like that.
That's true.
I think that would be interesting.
But I just wish the teenager would have had more of a choice in it, because that's all I'm saying.
I don't know if I remember if she had a choice or not. I don't know. I mean, I don't think her mom was just like, you're gonna go there no matter what. I'm pretty sure they probably.
She said they talked about it. They came to a joint agreement.
Yeah, I think
that's what she said.
Okay.
But I think it's dope. Honestly, like, why not? I mean,
I'm assuming everybody can't afford the academy.
Right. So a segregation by financial.
That's all it is.
In the regular high school, correct?
Say it again.
They're all regular people in the regular high school. There's only 2 schools,
black.
Right?
It's a public school.
Yeah, it's a public school.
But it's not totally black. It's mostly.
No, it's
about
like 98% black.
Yeah.
It's black as fuck.
Orangeburg is a black town. Yeah, it's a black ass town.
That's why it's 2 black colleges there.
Probably couldn't even afford it.
No. The lady that sent her daughter, she could afford it.
No,
she chose not to send her. Yeah,
so
she could afford it.
Here's a question I got. So what happens to the white people or the white kids who can't afford that private school? What school do they go to?
They go to the
not a lot of them.
So the rest of them just go to the private school, but the ones who can't afford to go to.
Yeah, but I mean, there's just not a whole lot of them there.
It's not
can't afford.
That is a
But
predominantly
that's the thing about like the low country. Like I remember always having white friends.
Yeah.
Like it's never been like, oh, fuck them crackers. It's like, no, like if you like me and most of my friends, we weren't like rich kids.
Yeah,
we weren't super
everybody was
poor,
poor,
but yeah, they had the same shit we had. So we all rode the bus together. Fucking throw batteries out the bus window and dumb shit like that together.
Shit.
And just like, oh, he mad cool because he do all the fucked up shit we do together. So hey, you would up? We never like, oh, that's the white boy, that's the white homie. Like, nah, he was just a homie. I never just be like, oh, we friends gonna be black. No, we friends because we all go to Big Lots and steal together. I'm like, hey, we divvy up the shit together. Like, what you got? You got cupcakes, nigga? Let me get 2.
But don't y'all find that the northern schools are far more segregated? Through
I was
the
literally
high school.
just about to say
Far
that.
more.
Even the neighborhoods.
Schools are
What neighborhoods?
segregated.
Yeah, I heard that the neighborhoods in
New
everything
York
are
is
more
more
segregated.
segregated than anywhere down south.
Like,
I've been trying to tell
like
people.
my nephews that my nephews that grew up down here, they went to school predominantly, or it was mixed. And then you go to New York, and it's like, say Queens. Queens is the only county in the nation where black families make more than white families, right? But black people still live together. Like Howard Beach, like John Gotti and them. It's right next to a black neighborhood. But the houses are of the same quality. And like James Brown and them, they all live in this black neighborhood in Queens. That's still a black neighborhood. So it's by choice a little bit. Like, they're not going to show you Jackson Heights where most of the Indians live. No, even though the apartments aren't really that good, it's like only Indians live there. Like East Indians. So it's segregated by not just economics, but by choice. And most people prefer, and it's like they're not going to, like a real estate agent's not even going to show you an apartment there. They're going to show you an apartment in certain places, and then they're going to only have, say Bensonhurst, it could be Jewish. There's only Jews and Indians there. Yeah. I never even was interested in living in Bensonhurst. You know what I'm saying? But that's how New York is way segregated. Until you get to high school, and if you get to high school, you're a good student, you can go to a high school that's very integrated. But
like one of the magnet schools, or
well, the high schools there, you know, they have some world class high schools there. If you can get in, but up until high school, it could be very, very segregated. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the misconception in the South is like, just because, you know, the whole Jim Crow era was publicized in the South, very, very, very huge, and then also like when our people were escaping slavery and all that, it was always go to the North. You know, like it's better in the North. Yeah. You know, but I mean, even there, like, it's not like we were just welcomed with open arms up north either. Like, we just had to kind of carve out our own space and make it work. Like,
I feel like at the same time, New York, though, there was a lot of immigrants back in the day that was going to New York. Italians, they all kind of just stuck.
But everybody got the same, that's why you got like Little Italy, Chinatown, and shit like that, yo. Yeah.
They just kind of they segregated themselves.
Do you guys think that? Do you think that works? Like it's most beneficial, I guess, to the state as a whole to have that kind of.
I think it works, especially when Harlem and Bed-Stuy was in its prime. But once you gentrify those places,
right,
it becomes different. Even though Brooklyn is gentrified, there's a lot of black businesses there, so it doesn't feel bad to me. A lot of those brownstones might have white tenants, but I know the owners, a lot of them are black. So
Brooklyn worth like millions.
Yeah, Brooklyn doesn't feel because they'll rent their homes out.
And move down here.
And they'll be in the south with 100 acres somewhere.
Oh yeah.
So I know
a lot of my uncles and aunts did
that. Yeah. So they have that, and they're getting that rental property. Then they have 3 or 4 floors. Each floor will be rented out for $3,000.
Right.
And they'll just collect the money from there. So New York is a very interesting experiment. I think it's good as long as it's fairly done. I mean, I thought it was cool. If I want real Chinese food, I go to Chinatown. Yeah. If I want some Italian food, I go to Little Italy. Right. I mean, I liked it. Well, Harlem has one of the greatest energies I've been around. But I liked it.
Harlem Week used to be that shit, yo.
What's Harlem Week?
Harlem Week was like, it was like a big parade for like days. And you just go to Harlem, and then you go to like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and all these black ass streets, like fucking, and it's just all love. Everybody like just partying everywhere. So like they just stay on top of the bus stations, just dancing and partying, and like it's not like a parade where it's just in the streets. It's like everywhere, all through Harlem. Everybody's got like you have like your little like say you got a t-shirt shop, have your little pop-up shop right here. Niggas come buy your t-shirts and support. Like, it was just all black people just coming together in Harlem just to celebrate the Harlem Renaissance and stuff like that. You're like, Harlem Week used to be dope.
So if we could bottle that energy up in just their Harlem Week and just sustain it for everywhere.
We can't no more because niggas have shit like fucking, what's the nigga from, like, ASAP Yams Day?
Hold on, what?
ASAP Yams was with ASAP Mob. He died.
Yeah.
Niggas had it because in Harlem they have like say you famous, they have like Sean Day. Everybody come out, party for your birthday, blah blah blah. But niggas came out and just started fighting and shooting and dumb shit. Like we can't get a bunch of black people, especially this new generation, in one area and not have some dumb shit jump out.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, because I was thinking about there's in Rock Hill by the right across the street from the football stadium. You know what I'm talking about? Like right over there, at the American Eagle, like the little lodge or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. It's like this big space. I was sitting there thinking one day, like, yo, it'd be dope if somebody had like
parking space for Winthrop now, isn't it?
Well, no, the one right before it.
Oh,
okay. It's right next to it. Like if you was like looking at the stadium and like right directly across the street from it.
Yeah.
But I was just looking, it's like it'd be dope if like one day they had like a fucking concert out here.
Yeah.
Just not even major, just a nice little. For local talent, at that.
Right.
Like, you can have somebody, somewhat big, but just local talent. And the first thing I thought of, like, yeah, niggas is gonna fuck it up.
So, I think
I would disagree with that because, take it back again. In New York, they have something called Dance Africa. They've been doing it for like 20-something years. There's never been an incident. And all they do is they have vendors. Like, Carol's daughter, I bought Carol's daughter in 1998 for the first time. And she sold it to me. I would go to her house. Okay. She made it in her bathtub. People like that were vending at these places, and there's never been a negative event. And it's a beautiful event. People come up from all over the world to dance at.
When's the last time you've been?
I've been there 2 years ago.
Okay.
Before I went back to go there. That's how dope it is. But also something called Afro Punk that they did.
Yeah, I know about Afro
in Brooklyn.
Yeah, Afro Punk.
They did in Atlanta.
Big, yes. So it started in Brooklyn, Commodore Barry Park. A place I used to go to as a child almost every day in the summer. Never a negative event. 20 or so artists last year. Vendors up the wazoo. I mean, they are great events. We can recreate that here. And there are a lot of businesses here. People doing great things here. Everything that black people do is nothing to get shot up.
Maybe in Charlotte, I can agree to that. Because Charlotte, it has more transplants here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Rock Hill, no. We can't do shit like that in Rock Hill.
So I would argue that the big, like from what I hear, where we have these positive events, they're centered around something that's been in the community for a while, right? So there's like a historical background to it. Mm-hmm. And I think that especially in undereducated areas like Rock Hill, where people aren't as exposed, the issue there is we don't know our history. We don't nothing to take pride in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So when they hear about, oh well, this going on or that going on, it's not that's cool, that's dope. Let me look out. Let me invest in my community. It's I wonder if the niggas from across the tracks gonna be there because we gonna shoot them niggas up. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
true.
They need something deeper to take pride in.
Same thing goes to white people in West Virginia or Kentucky.
Oh yeah.
Or Appalachia.
White people. We're not talking about West Virginia.
Let's say white people now. Let's say white people.
Yeah.
Now they're not. It's not. There's no Wall Streets there.
No.
Right.
There's no. There's no Microsoft being built there. The same thing. Those are small communities where people have a certain type of background. So people in bigger places, bigger cities with different energy can create great things. Same thing goes for us. So it can happen. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on the dynamic. A lot of dynamics at play when something happens and it pops off well.
You see in Ozark.
The thing about Rock Hill, and I can say this, living here for like what, damn near 17. I lived here damn near my whole life. Yeah. We have, like historically, we have things, a lot of things that we could probably latch on to, right? What the biggest deal with us is usually we need somebody, number one, famous or wealthy, especially in the black community, to come back and be like, hey, this is for us. Let's go ahead and do this. What usually happens is when these dudes get wealthy, rich, or famous, they leave Rock Hill because they're always told, yo, don't stay around here. Get the fuck out. Like, go. Leave Rock Hill. Do not come back because there's nothing here for you. Like, once you leave from here, because it's almost like Rock Hill is almost like a dead end. That's how it's always been told. Because even when I left, I didn't go nowhere but to Miami. Niggas was looking at me like I was crazy for coming back. They're like, what you come back for? I'm like, son, this is home. Like, why not?
But I've never seen anything built from famous people. Afropunk was not started by a famous person.
I know, but what I'm trying to say though is like we don't have because local people aren't gonna care. Like anybody local in Rock, they don't really care about too much. They're just like they care about going out, drinking, and doing regular shit. Because you gotta remember, Rock Hill was a small city for the longest, like a town. Like it just started growing up. I remember coming here, like, and Rock Hill didn't have shit. Like we barely had some of the restaurants they had. They barely had.
You're talking about a small city. If I'm starting a new business, I'm not going to Rock Hill to start it.
I know.
I'm barely coming here to start it. Actually,
I understand.
If I want a lot of money being put into it, like my boy in New York, like he has a juice bar, metal juice bar in the middle of Manhattan. I said, yo, what's up with Charlotte? It's like, it's just not enough money in Charlotte. For what I'm doing, right? In his opinion. I told him, no, that was compared to where he's at. You understand? I didn't agree with them.
Yeah, but and that's what I'm trying to say. Like, as far as Charlotte goes, you can do stuff in Charlotte. Like, you'll always have some type of event in Charlotte. That's not even a problem. Because, again, we have different transplants here who can bring that type of vibe. But in a small city like Rock Hill, that's what I'm saying. It'd be nice for them to have something there just to show some city pride. You know what I'm saying? Just something for the city itself. Rock Hill, the most we have is the Come See Me festival that they do in April. Right. And that's it. Like, Rock Hill's not known for anything else. Like, we don't have nothing else down there.
So it can't be like a random event for somebody nobody knows to throw something, be like, hey guys, y'all don't know me, but y'all can come together here.
Nobody's gonna fuck with it.
I feel what Joe is saying in this sense because I feel like it doesn't have to be famous. It's gonna start off shitty regardless. Like if you don't have a name behind you, it's gonna start all shitty, period. But how you grow things is by word of mouth. So okay, you throw something and maybe it's 10 people this time, but them 10 people had a damn good time. Okay, well, we're going to try to do this again next year. You 10 people, go tell somebody. Like, it's just going to start off slower and smaller. I don't think that it's impossible. I do think that it would be harder simply because we just don't have a lot of people here. But the one thing we have to get over is that mentality of, oh, well, only big cities can do shit.
Yeah, but I feel like at the same time, though, it's so close to Charlotte. It's like you can take it. Oh, I'm gonna take 45 minutes just to go to Charlotte.
Yeah,
and that's the point I'm trying to get at.
And you can walk.
Guess what? Niggas don't care. That's the sad part. They really don't even care. Like they would still rather go to Charlotte.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I've been living here since I was 15. I've been visiting this place since I was a child.
Yeah.
I know everything, the ins and outs of that city, and I would love to see it have its own identity.
But I feel like if you know it that well, then who better to start it than you?
Niggas don't listen to me.
I think the problem, like
that's the only problem. I'm not known. Nobody knows me.
So what?
Well, but I think like how Oz was saying, like
you have to be known in that city. That's the problem.
What city?
In Rock Hill. You gotta be known. In cities like that, you have to be known. I'm not known. Nobody knows me. You know what happens? People like...
You're not willing to do the things that it takes to get known in
I'm not willing. I'm not willing to. Yeah, I'm not willing to do that shit. I'm not willing to sell massive amounts of dope or be a rapper.
That's not the only way that you can be known.
That's my point. This woman,
it takes time. But it's not the only way.
Kyle's daughter was sold for what? I mean, almost $1 billion or whatever she's owned for, whatever she sold it for. I saw this person with my own eyes. I went to her when she had a table with 5 products.
I understand that.
You understand?
But
in a city like New York.
That's where I was going to get at. That's the difference.
No, the difference is it's a bigger place and you're a smaller person.
I feel like it would be easier to get known in a smaller place.
But you're not. But hello.
I disagree.
It took. You have to understand. You have to understand how it works. I've never. Who name me one famous person who started a movement. Nobody, exactly. So my question is, the question. Name one. Name
what type of movement are you talking about?
Movement you're talking
about? Political, technological, financial, economic.
Are we talking about just black people or just
anybody that was famous that started a movement because they were famous?
They probably got famous because of the movement.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean a famous individual that started a movement. Political or otherwise. Yeah. That started out famous.
I just feel like it's not impossible. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. For example, in Colleton County, Walterboro, South Carolina, it's smaller than Rock Hill. That's a small ass town. Yeah. And right now, for me, he's my stepfather for life, but my ex-stepfather or whatever, like, this is his hometown. He grew up there. He was born there, right there in Colleton County Memorial. Okay, that's his hometown. He's just now getting to a point where he's getting well known, right? And because of that, it started with him just talking to people randomly, like in the street, randomly talking to people and posting shit on Facebook. He not famous. He not rich. This man worked 2 jobs, 7 days a week. He ain't got no extra cash. He ain't got none of that. He don't sell no drugs. He don't do none of that shit. But what he has done is create a buzz just by talking about shit on Facebook. And because of that, he's been able to bring in a swim program for the kids or whatever, where he's actually been able to get the county to go in, along with another company, to build a pool in Colleton County. Nobody would have ever tried to put a pool in. Colleton County has never had, they don't even have a fucking swim team, let alone a whole pool. But it was because he felt passionate about it, and in this small town now, he's created that clout for himself. So it's not impossible, it just takes work.
All right, can I say something? I think, like what Oz was saying, as far as like how you saying it's a small town, things can work. I think it's different if it's a small town close to a big city. Because
go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because if you throw something in Rock Hill, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm from a small city, because I know we are from small town. But if you throw something in Rock Hill, they're gonna be like, "Well, I'm gonna go to an event where I'm gonna see motherfuckers I already know anyway." When I go to Charlotte and see new people.
But hold on. But here's the thing. But listen.
Tell you how niggas.
We know Walterboro is 45 minutes from Charleston, so it ain't nothing for you to. You can go to Charleston and have something bigger than in Colleton County. But they're still doing things there. So it's not impossible. That's my point. It's not impossible.
But I feel like at the same time, though, if you think about it this way, like, the bigger Charlotte gets, the more it's going to move out there. It is going to get there. It's not going to happen now. And you also got to think about that if we didn't have phones and stuff, like a couple of years ago, if something happened in Rock Hill, nobody wouldn't even know about it.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's gonna happen, yeah, but it's like social media and all that stuff.
Absolutely. Social media is
I can tell you exactly what it is, and this is even from being in high school, coming up from high school, from partying from there until an adult now. When it comes to doing anything like they just said, a lot of people don't want to do shit here because again, we're gonna see the same motherfuckers that we see every week in Rock Hill around here. Whereas they go to Charlotte, they're going to see different people and all that. And plus, at the end of the day, motherfuckers don't want to do shit in their town. Like, nobody wants to do shit in Rock Hill.
You want to go out.
They want to go out. Mm-hmm. They want to get away from Rock Hill. That's why I said earlier.
You got Columbia.
Exactly. You got Columbia, you got Charlotte.
Like even when we first started hanging out, when you was like, yeah, like, I lived in university. You was like, son, you need to come out to Rock Hill. I'm like, what the fuck is in Rock Hill? Like, we're in Charlotte. Why am I going to drive out to Rock Hill? Like, I never had a reason.
And the people who live in Rock Hill, well, they say that too. And they've been living there for years. I know people who've been born and raised in Rock Hill They refuse to do anything in Rock Hill.
Yeah.
They be like, why?
You gonna see the nigga you had a fight with in 5th grade, and like I should snuff that nigga again, just because.
I talk to plenty of chicks from small towns who be like, I don't even talk to niggas in my town. I only talk to niggas in Charlotte and wherever because they don't even fuck with me.
Like I live in Gastonia. I smash more chicks living out of Gastonia than I live there.
They won't fuck with you.
When they come to Charlotte, they wild out. And they go back to Gastonia and be like, I'm in Angel. Like, no, you're not.
You was just in Charlotte, Vegas. Man, and West Station is not going to stay here. You know, for your whole family.
I mean, okay, but what's your purpose? What kind of thing would you want to do, and what's your purpose in doing?
That would be a good question.
Because here's the
talking about for entertainment and celebrities, for sure, but to bring the community.
It's like there are a lot of people from small towns that will not make their name in that small town.
I understand.
Others because cities and places are located in certain places on the planet. And they have certain places on the planet. They're located in certain regions. Like they don't just arbitrarily put even a cemetery just any old place. They're located in certain places, certain energies there. So when you want to create something, I would say you can't get stuck on the town that you grew up in if it's not suitable for what it is you're trying to do. But I don't even know exactly what you would be trying to do in Rock Hill.
Yeah.
But I play this. When I lived in Newark, they had festivals, we had parades, we had a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And this was Newark, New Jersey. Newark, New Jersey is not big at all. Let's keep that all the way funky. Newark is not big. Irvington's not big. None of those cities are really all that damn big. They have a lot of people, but they're not big. I mean, you got to remember, you got a project, so people living on top of each other and shit like that, right? Here, I'm just saying it'd be nice to just have, not even like a block party, because I feel like that's too neighborhoody. I want something for the whole city where it's like, hey, this is something for Rock Hill, South Carolina. This is some type of, maybe a concert, this or that, or food, games. Not even like a fair, but just something almost like an Afro-punk type feel for Rock Hill. Something to showcase. Because the main reason I was thinking of music or a concert is a nice way for some of these local artists or some of these young boys to go ahead and showcase some of their skills. You know, you're a singer, you're a rapper, you tell jokes, anything like that. Like, it'll be like a glorified talent show almost.
Yeah.
But it's just for the whole city, so it doesn't have to just be black people. Because look, I'll tell you this, white people would definitely come out to it.
Yeah.
I know that for a fact, because they're the ones who always go out to the Come See Me little festival. Not many of us are out there like that. You know what I'm saying?
So the last time I went to Charleston, they had a little reggae festival there. Like, I posted the pictures and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
White people, black people, everybody was out there. You know?
Yeah.
So like people are gonna support stuff. Like, and my whole thing about the whole small town thing, and which is proving you right. Like, I just said one name, Charlamagne the God. He's from Moncks Corner, South Carolina. I know exactly what dirt road he came from. He had to leave. He was on the radio in Charleston. He was on the radio in Columbia. He had to go to Philly before niggas started knowing him. Then he got on in New York, and that's when he blew up. So, like, you can't be a big fish in a small pond is basically what Sean is saying. Like, you can't be like, oh, we about to throw this big event where in Rock Hill. Niggas be like, niggas won't leave Charlotte to go to Rock Hill.
No.
But
even if you got bitches coming like, yo, come to Spring, you like, Rock Hill?
Wasn't that my point in the first place?
Yeah, that's
right. No, that's what Sean was saying.
I said that. Why go to Rock Hill if it ain't suitable what you're trying to do? That's my point.
What I was trying
my point was you can't. Charlamagne would not be Charlamagne if he didn't leave Moncks Corner.
Yeah, but
the Supremes wouldn't be the Supremes.
The point I'm trying to prove is the people in Rock Hill itself won't support it. That's what I was trying to say. They won't support it here because they would rather go to Charlotte or they would rather go to
You're looking for numbers. The world doesn't work like that. It's never going to be a large group of people identifying with any fucking thing. You only need a small 8 people that think like you. Is more powerful than 100 motherfuckers that don't think like you. You don't need a lot of people to make shit work. I'm telling you, I seen people do this shit with 8 motherfuckers that have on the same page. Yeah. Fubu is 4 motherfuckers. Look who's on the same page.
And Palooza's like 3 or 4
Exactly. It's never like that.
Yeah.
And I feel like in those areas, yes, it works.
Son, look at all these quotes that happen in these like way out there areas. No, I'm just saying like it's a movement. You know, they get all these people to do this thing, but that's like those are in like way out of the nowhere area. You know what I'm saying? They still do it.
You know what? I think another thing is consistency. I think if you like say we decide we're gonna throw something in wherever, some bullshit town that's not Charlotte. If we do it every Thursday, and then people gonna start hearing about like, you know, these niggas be doing this every Thursday.
That's another thing too.
Let's go check it out, and then niggas have fun.
I definitely forgot about that. Yeah. We don't have anything. You know, actually, this is when we used to all do shit in Rock Hill. When after football games, right? When we were all teenagers and kids, like everybody I came up with, we had parties at the Union Hall. Or whatever it is, or the American Lodge, or something like that. That was constant every week, and everybody else came out for that. Yeah. Always. That don't happen no more. They stopped doing that shit.
But that's because nobody wants to get through that period where everybody isn't coming. Like you have to do it consistently without people.
Even when
niggas started shooting shit up.
Oh yeah,
niggas started shooting that shit up.
Niggas started shooting this podcast up. I'm not coming back to this.
Yeah, they stopped letting us fuck with it. They was like, y'all can't use this area no more because y'all don't know how to act. Y'all shoot. We had the American Lodge, we had Union Hall, we had the Elks Lodge. Niggas shot all them shits up. We can't have no more parties around Rock Hill. We had the Ramada called Celebrations. We have Empire Pizza and all that shit. You said you passed that one time. That shit almost damn near got closed down. We can't have shit in Rock Hill.
I just feel like
that's kind of everywhere.
Yeah, but we definitely can't have it in Rock Hill. And I would love to change that.
What I'm hearing, like, and I guess what bothers me is what I'm hearing is black folk just can't have shit in small towns, and that's not the case. Because if a bunch of white people moved here and started some shit, if white people can come into a town and gentrify it, and in these same small areas throw shit and continue to throw shit, and the shit don't get shot up, then we are capable of doing the same thing. Like, we're capable of it. I understand that it seems like it would be impossible, like completely impossible, but I just don't think that it is.
I don't think it's impossible at all.
I don't think it's impossible either.
That's what it sounds like you're saying.
I think he's speaking from experience of things that's happened. We've come together.
My whole point was it's not impossible. And the whole time.
It's not impossible.
That's the first time you said that. The whole time you just said it.
But I'm giving you all examples of things that I've been through. Like, I don't know if y'all realize, that's why I keep saying, I've lived here my whole life.
Okay.
So I've seen all this shit.
We've all grown up in small towns. I get it, but it's not impossible.
It's not, but this is Rock Hill.
Okay.
Like, again, I know Rock Hill. Do you know Rock Hill?
No.
Do you know Rock Hill?
Yeah. I got mad bitches there.
My nigga. Do you know Rock Hill?
I've been there.
But do you know Rock Hill? That's my question.
I don't know it.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
trying to get to your crib and the barbecue.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's like me saying, like, when y'all talk about y'all towns that y'all, I have to take that for face value because I don't know anything about that. I don't know nothing about your towns. So I'm going to take it for what it is. Now, me living here for X amount of years, I don't think it's impossible. But for right now, it's definitely not happening. I would love to see it happen.
Because nobody's taking the initiative. If you've been here for 17 years, if anybody can do it, it's you because you know the
I've tried.
I've been trying.
I've been trying.
But still not clear on what it is you would do. It's different than saying open up a business or doing a series of parties.
Well, I think we take too much pressure on it. It's just an idea.
No.
Wait, I'm about to read something. I'm about to read something right now.
I just feel like if you want to see the change, make it happen.
So, my homegirl Maria said, well, the case here is we can't have clubs and party. It's a no-no. The mayor hates it, and he will rezone our black asses out.
So don't have clubs and party. Find another way. We don't have a party. That's not the only way people come together. Yeah.
But that's the thing.
It's going to be a party.
American run.
At the end of the day, it's going to be a party.
You said a talent show. That's not a party. You said a talent show. It
doesn't have to be.
Let me tell you, in Nashville, Tennessee, right? In Nashville, Tennessee, right now, or even in Macon, Georgia, black people you can't just walk up and ask for, open up a club and say, oh, I want to play black music. No, you got to go around that shit. So they go, oh, we going to open up a jazz bar. Oh, we just going to play urban music. You got to figure out a way around that shit.
We used to do that too.
You got to figure out a way around
celebrations. And like I said, I've been naming all these places because we've had it. It's happened. And people have tried. And as far as like doing something, like I said, it don't have to necessarily be a talent show. I just want something where the whole city comes together like, hey, you're white, you're this, you're that, you're black, you're whatever. We're all coming together. If music is what brings everybody together, cool. cool, I'm with it. If you gonna say so, you better come over here.
Because she been talking the whole time, baby. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think y'all got a misconception about what bro was saying. Y'all think he's just saying it's a black only thing. He's saying it's the whole city.
No, because previously he said white people come out to stuff in Rock Hill.
They come out to come see me. Yeah. But that's something that we're not into. That's all it is. So I'm saying we should create something that we're all into. That's basically what I'm really trying to say. We need to have something for everybody. It shouldn't just be that come see me. Like old people come out to come see me. Like the older religious folk, they come out there because there's always some church out there singing. They'll do that, but young people, they ain't doing that. What's up?
What's up? Well, I haven't lived in Rock Hill for 17 years, but I have lived there for about 5. Mm-hmm. Not consistently, because I went to Winthrop University, so that's another story. But there are people there that are doing things like we got Food Truck Friday every Friday. We do. LaToya McDonald, she runs, what's the center? Anyway, so it's a black center that's in the middle of black communities. She used to have Emma Scott. She does Crave, she has great community events and stuff like that. She's been doing this for at least 6 years, because I was with her for 4.
That's somebody we should have on the show so we can
talk. Oh yeah, LaToya, she's awesome.
We should talk to him about that.
But I mean, it's people in Rock Hill that are doing these things, and I feel like it just depends. It has to be something that's definitely going to benefit the community, because I remember going to celebrations and all these little clubs that popped up and stuff, and that was nothing but ratchet stuff. That was nothing but
it never started that way.
That was going to breed that type of energy. You got to have something that's going to bring a different type of energy, and I think that's what will make the change, or people will want to be involved. Because you didn't want, as a girl who went to Winthrop, I wasn't going, to, what was the little place called? Scandals across the street.
Nobody.
We wasn't going to Scandals to get rubbed on and stuff.
It's more rabbit holes than
son.
Right.
Scandals is whack, yo. Don't nobody go to Scandals.
We wasn't going down to the ratchet club, so, the hood guys can rub up on us and then shoot outside in the parking lot. That all that stuff is going to get shut down. But if you have something that brings a different energy, I think that the people in Rock Hill, even Winthrop students, because there are so many black Winthrop students who want something black other than fraternity and sorority parties and stuff like that. Let's
not just put on Rock Hill. It's kind of a small town thing.
Yeah.
Because I would like to say, we try to do the same things in, Monk's Corner. You know what I'm saying? We don't have shit getting shot up in, but we still have our local ignorant shit that happened. So it's I would like to go home and not have to go to Charleston. I would like to go home and go to Monk's Corner and be able to let's all go to here. This shit is popping. Even if it's not on some party shit, it's something to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, I feel like the same thing that would have to happen would be you would have to take away from Charlotte, kind of make a tourism kind of thing over there, in Rock Hill. You gotta bring people outside.
Because I actually hate going uptown Charlotte, yo.
That's the only way you can possibly make it big enough. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring outside the source.
I think.
Well, if his point is to bring just because he said he wants something to bring
everybody out positive.
Yeah, it's gonna start with the community.
Okay, right. Yeah. So if you're focusing on that, then we don't need to be concerned when people come from Charleston. If you from Charlotte, you just trying to bring Rock Hillians together.
That's what I've been saying.
I just want
just
do
people
that.
in the city. I just want something for the city. That's all it is.
At the same time,
if people from Charlotte come, thank you. We appreciate it. That's cool, but you don't have to. Yeah, but I just want something for the city.
Yeah, but at the same time, you see, you say, Food Truck Fridays in Rock Hill, right? Mm-hmm. They have Food Truck Fridays in Charlotte. But Food Truck Fridays in Charlotte is going to draw people from Rock Hill to Charlotte.
Okay, I've only lived here for about 3 years. And within the first 2, I've been to every club in Charlotte. I'm over it. I've been to Food Truck Friday on multiple occasions. I'm over it.
You know what? You're a different breed.
You still see Charlotte is big, but when I go to the clubs, I still see the same niggas now.
But you do know that you're a different breed of person. You know what I'm saying? You're not like most regular. I don't want to say good niggas or black people, but you're not like the rest of me. I partied in Charlotte for a good part of my life. I hate going to Charlotte. I fucking hate it with a passion. It sucks. I would rather do things in Rock Hill. I like sitting in my neighborhood, in my community. I moved back to Rock Hill for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I could have stayed in Miami if that was the case. There's always something to do down there. And there's always some type of community things. Like, you got Jasmine Park, you got Juve, Carnival, you got, food trucks all over the place.
Jasmine City,
yeah.
Garden.
Yeah.
Like, you got all that stuff. I wanted to come back because this is home. I've always loved it here.
Even the worst neighborhood in Miami, Overtown has a fucking...
Yeah, that's sad. Like, Overtown has some shit. Overtown
arts and recreation
terrible.
shit where they had Chris Brown come out. They have big fucking stars come in the worst neighborhood in Miami.
And they got Wynwood like
they
a block away.
They be gone before the sun go down, but they come out like, hey, what's up? Y'all good? Say a couple of songs like, oh shit, what time is it? The sun? Yeah,
yo, Chris Brown, these hoes ain't loyal. That's it.
And a helicopter comes strapped out.
Yeah, I'm on the ladder like.
I mean, like I said, the point I was trying to prove is it'd be nice to just have a sense of community, which I feel like sometimes is missing in my city. Because I love my city.
I just feel like that's everywhere, yo. Like,
yeah, I think that's everywhere.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I want to do stuff too. Like,
you better,
I just want to put
Maria.
And like, I feel like all of us come together. Like, I want all of y'all to come to Charleston. I really, honest to God, want to do like an episode down there. I want an event so we can be like, all right, well, let's all just meet up down there and just do an episode and everybody's good. Just like you was talking about.
You can see how all of our accents change when we get there.
And like you saying, like the joints y'all have, where you from? That's why we was like, yo, you should take us down there.
Oh,
like,
to Heritage.
Yeah, and all that stuff. You know, like I really want to do that. Like Sean, I done took Sean all around Monk's Corner.
Yeah.
Even to the most boringest part. I'm like, yeah, we used to do this
shit. Boring as
and he
fuck.
saw 82 people come out this small little building. I took you to Green Hill, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Nigga, try to get me and Ali fucked up.
Yeah, drinking dirty Mexicans, yo. Like,
it was me, you, and Trust, and
yeah, and we went to.
I
Green
wanted
Hill.
to talk to this one chick, but I was like, I don't know who she's here with,
nigga,
so
you
I'm
talk
gone.
To whoever, like nobody's gonna say nothing. I'm there, son. I'm a guy, nigga. like honestly, God.
All right, well, we're gonna keep pushing.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, if anybody, even the people who are on my live, like my homegirl Maria, she said there are things that go on. Tag me in them. Let me know about it so I can reach out to these people also, because these are things I don't know about, and I feel like maybe they're not being promoted in a certain way because I don't know about
and
them.
that's why we're here. That's why it's not honest to God why we started this podcast.
Like, I personally feel like if you know what I'm saying, like if you feel that strongly about your community, that's for any of us. If you feel that strongly about the community, then make sure you're doing everything you can to make sure that that's happening. And that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just hate to hear, oh, well, that shit not gonna happen because of this, or it's too hard because no, fuck all of that. Everything that's great takes time and it's difficult. Make it happen.
Like, I'm not even from Rock Hill, but you know, if you got an idea, like, I'm like, nigga, let's go.
Let's make it happen.
Cool.
Like, I'm for whatever.
So
even if it's goddamn cupcake sale, we're gonna do it.
So what we're gonna do? I think we got like one last thing I wanted to talk about. It's kind of on a light note. It's stupid. Oh shit! But
so Jai is gonna be A1 then.
Oh, he's gonna love this.
See, look, she takes shots at me every chance she. All I want to do is love.
Because you're like a big brother.
And she just takes shots.
I
at me
love
all the
you,
time.
big brother.
Yeah.
Kia,
I love you
like
the
you
most.
better than her. Just so you know.
Her name Bria, not Kia. Get her name right if you gonna like her better.
What happened? None of y'all give me no ass, so like you can be mad at me. You can't
give
me any less ass.
Tomato, whatever.
That's fine.
That's fine.
You can't give me negative ass. So.
They can. So when you die, you don't get it either.
You fuck me while I'm dead. That's on you. I make you worse.
That's a crime.
Exactly. In some states. Not West Virginia.
Not West Virginia. I couldn't
So
speaking from West Virginia, fuck all you guys.
So
we not like y'all.
Oh my Jesus.
So
I'm not.
Who was watching that game, yo?
Oh, Lakers.
Yes. Lakers.
And,
so
yeah.
This is the one thing I got from this, and for the people who didn't know, Lakers lost that game, by the way, too, which is terrible. But they were playing against the Rockets, and I don't know what Harden did. I don't know what was going on. I guess he got fouled or something.
Brandon Ingram ass. That's what happened.
Brandon Ingram got a little hole.
He pushed them when the
and like he walked to the ref like because they felt like Lakers felt like they was getting no calls.
Yeah.
So Brandon Ingram, I guess
he pushed
them.
He's like, what?
And then he was going, and you seen James Harden pull the ref in front of him like, hey, stand here.
Yep.
And then like the camera just shift.
Yeah.
And I guess Chris Paul felt like Rondo spit on him.
No, he did.
And he fucking
I saw it.
Drilled a hole in that nigga eyeball.
He spit on me, so I called him a turtle and mushed him.
Yeah, he did say that.
And that nigga Rondo get that nigga left so quick. Bow.
And then Brandon
Both of them had some good ones.
Right?
Everybody tried to make it seem like,
no, because when Chris Paul got back, like when he realized what was going on, he threw some.
Yeah, he caught a couple. Everybody caught a couple. They tried to make it seem like it was a one-way ass.
No.
Chris Paul threw a couple.
Got lit.
And then Ingram came like a little punk and tried to sneak fucking. But this is what got me mad about the situation. Everybody was like, "Oh, LeBron grabbed Chris Paul and didn't grab his teammate." I'm like, that's his friend in real life. Those my work friends. Only this nigga. Like if one of my niggas from work snuff Sean, I'm grabbing Sean. Like, Sean, you good? We gonna jump that nigga later after work. Like, let the cameras turn up. We gonna fuck that nigga up. But this is my man. Like Chris Paul. Chris Paul is fucking LeBron's son. Got one of his son's godfather.
Yeah.
They're really friends. Even if that wasn't the case, even if they weren't friends, if your mentality was, oh, he should have just grabbed his teammates, you a fucked up individual in general. This is this person's job. Period. Point blank. Period. All these dudes make money to play basketball. So if he don't want to see his fellow black people get fucked up and lose paychecks and all of this and fuck up their games, then he can hold back whoever the fuck he want to hold back. Y'all need to be policing y'all niggas the same damn way.
That's my man. I'm grabbing my homeboy like, son, you good? Or we need to jump on you? Should be having LeBron start swimming on you niggas like, what the fuck? That's my man.
Oh, I got the problem.
You gotta go home and look your son in the eye like, you let my godfather get stuff like that? You gotta go home to that, like, nah, nigga.
Well, the problem I got with that is if they're gonna have that energy toward LeBron, they gotta have that energy. Why they didn't say that to Carmelo Anthony? Because he was on Brandon Ingram back.
That's all the other teammates were holding back teammates from the opposite side.
Like he was gonna fight. He did the same shit he did against when he was in Denver. When they was moonwalking his way to the goddamn locker room. Like, fuck out of here. Carmelo ain't swung a punch. It's been in 10 fights in the NBA.
No, that nigga did swing on somebody one time, dog.
But he ran away.
Kevin Garnett?
That nigga run with
him. No, he tried to rush him in the bus.
No, he tried to catch him at the bus stop.
Look, he ain't want no Kevin Garnett.
He his wife smell like Honey Nut Cheerios.
But you gotta, when somebody say that about your wife, you gotta act like I'm
yeah, you gotta act like that.
So when you go home, you gotta DJ envy the situation, yo.
So I hope
I'm waiting for the cameras to see. I'm out here like, nigga said, what about my wife?
So I hope he kept the same energy when he saw them titties on motherfucking Power. That nigga
Power, you gotta fight Tommy
down
and
shit. Like,
titties be everywhere though.
That's a different energy.
Fuck that.
You gotta see Tommy.
And he was like, he looked at the camera and said,
But I just want to say to anybody who didn't know or thought it was some kind of, if they don't know, if they don't know man code or any kind of code, if you spit in somebody's face, that's fair for the smoke immediately.
That's the lowest form of disrespect you can have.
Stephen A. Smith.
He was
that was Shannon Sharp.
Shannon Sharp. He was like, he should get a 20-game suspension for not hitting this nigga
I've still been whooping his ass.
spitting on him. I was like, what?
Shannon Sharp got to chill.
He was like, he should have went off on him. He was like, no.
Yo, Shannon Sharp like, Skip. Let me tell you something, Skip.
He was like, my daddy told me.
Chris Paul.
I got my brother right there.
He like, I got.
Look at him.
I got my pen and my mouse. He was like, I need gummy bears. I'm like, bro, what
he
is
was like, my daddy told me it's only two things that you spit on you only spit on the floor. The only other thing on the floor is shit and piss. So basically, if somebody spit on you, they telling you worse than the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you gotta hit him. That's what he said. He was like, because he didn't hit this man first, he needed a 20-game suspension at least. I was like, what?
You don't spit on no man and you don't slap no man.
Yeah, that open hand shit.
You slap somebody, one of us gotta go.
Yeah.
Oh, I've open hand slapped a couple
real
of
disrespectful when
you're not gonna open your hands. Like, nigga,
I've done it.
I agree.
Oh, that was the whole point. I was
trying to get coverage.
Yeah, I was waiting for him to do something.
Getting slapped by another man is, to me, is less disrespectful.
No. Getting backhanded by a man is way disrespectful.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, more disrespectful.
Would you rather get spit on or back slap by a man?
You better spit on me. Don't backhand me.
Yeah, I think backhand
I ain't no hoe.
I think I'd rather.
You gotta prepare for backhand. Man, you watching that backhand? Come on, oh shit!
A stick has a medium. A backhand, you gotta wind up for that
shit. Look, I had niggas. You gotta come from here. You know why? Because I had niggas. They might spit on you.
You gotta stretch.
Just speaking.
Ain't nobody ever accidentally backhand slap.
Exactly. You backhand slap me. You meant that.
Oh, I didn't mean that, dog. My bad.
Oh shit. My bad. I was yawning. My bad.
Exactly.
You supposed to be like, my bad. I was just saying sucking
You gotta say, bitch, or where my money after you backhand.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is the thing that I noticed when it came to LeBron and that whole situation. Like, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, it gotta be a point in his life now where he's like, nigga, I should have just stayed in fucking Cleveland.
Cleveland's trash right now, bro. They 0-5.
But like this, J.R. Smith wasn't about to go spit on people and snuff niggas for no reason. He just fuck up a play. That's all he do. Like LeBron is with a bunch of young ass little boys.
All them niggas is like 22.
They young. So he's sitting there
like, he's the oldest nigga on the team.
Exactly.
And he's like 30 something.
Hey, listen,
that nigga 33.
I'm really excited to be playing with him. You know, I feel like I was just watching him play. You know, before I graduated, I used to watch him play.
Yep. It's like, nigga.
Graduated 6th grade.
Exactly. So it's like, bruh, like.
And half of them went to college for 1 year.
Exactly. They don't know.
So y'all niggas is like 19, 20.
You know it's bad when Lance Stevenson is a voice of reason. He done did all kind of knucklehead shit.
To LeBron! Exactly. To LeBron!
Nigga blew in somebody's ear. He the voice of reason. Like,
exactly. Like, listen, man, I used to some fucked up shit to LeBron, but y'all gotta chill out.
I'm not gonna
lie. That nigga, he's from Eastern York. I think I know he's from Brooklyn.
Yeah. He a goon. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh my God, son.
I'm just voice of reason, son.
Son, I just find it just quite hilarious though how, you know what I'm saying, like, season ain't even really in there yet. Right. Niggas already throwing.
I like that though.
You know what it is though?
That was a temper tantrum.
You know what I'm gonna call this? You know what I'm gonna blame this on? This is all Habib's fault.
On that note, it's been a great episode.
This is all Habib's momentum fault.
I just want to say this.
All Habib's fault.
I'm tired of seeing
people up.
Shit. Fake ass NBA fights where them niggas act like they want to fight. They really don't. This was actually some real smoke. I appreciate that. I like that. Thank you.
I don't mind it.
But this is another thing I don't mind about it.
It's funny to me.
But this is the thing that made me mad about it. It's like everybody's like,
because you know why? Because everybody got their punishment the way it's supposed to. So it is what it is.
I think it could have been hard.
Chris Paul should have got like one game. I don't know what he should have got.
Nothing. Nah, because he was. But my thing was like, everybody was like, "Oh, this is bad for basketball." Like, no, it's not.
It's a game against the fucking Houston
basketball.
It's boring as shit right now. So I think if hockey niggas get the fight, let these niggas fight.
They just don't pay attention to the NBA after like 20 games. It's still football season. Like football season.
Nobody would even
nothing trumps NFL right now.
Yeah, because we all know that Golden State's gonna win this shit.
Yeah.
Bro, that
we
nigga
called
Curry.
it last year. We're gonna call it again.
If anybody know, if you watch Curry last, that nigga was hitting threes from 30, 40 feet like it wasn't nothing. Like, you can't stop that.
Stop it, man. Listen.
With hand in his face,
if anybody is in the NBA, just start snuffing niggas. Y'all niggas get paid a lot of money to punch niggas in their shit. Fuck it. Like, I want to see more fights. Like, I don't give a fuck.
More fights?
They'll be like, oh, if hockey they fight. Why the white man get to fight?
Oh, no.
TC's stuff is joke.
The white racist system.
Speaking of hockey, on the new NHL. I didn't say honky. Oh my God! They got the black dude on. Yeah, they do got a black dude on the.
But somebody was on Facebook like, "Why is he getting congratulated for being on NHL?" I'm like, "Why? You don't know white people on 2K?"
Plays for the national team.
No, he plays for. Oh, no, it is for Nashville.
Is it the national team?
Yeah, Nashville. Okay. Nashville, whatever they are.
Nashville.
Sabres.
He's damn good. He's not a mediocre player.
PJ, he's from Canada.
He's a bomb ass.
But here's the one thing I want to say about the NBA.
Yeah,
the only way they're going to stop something like that, you can't find players. How are you going to find Chris Paul $15,000? He made $40 million a year. Like, you got to suspend niggas and hit their pockets. Yeah. That's the only way you can curve shit.
I mean, yeah, if you're making $40 million, you be like, you know what?
15,000.
Pay the 15. You about to
that's my phone bill. What the fuck is that?
They're like, yo, goddamn State Farm gonna pay that.
Yeah,
what is this? My commercial, nigga?
Yo,
fuck out of here.
It's his twin brother, Cliff Paul.
You know what I'm saying?
Nigga wasn't there for that. He was not in good hands.
He got good hands.
All good hands. I mean, but back in the day, Michael Jordan was always joking somebody up.
Yeah.
Dr. J fucked up Larry Bird.
Oh.
They 270 held Larry Bird and Dr. J was pummeling him in the face.
What about Rick Mahorn and Lambeer? They was clothesline that nigga Bird.
It made it more.
I remember that nigga. Who the fuck?
Stop being pussy, NBA.
Somebody snuffed Dan Lambeer. They knocked him out. Like, I can't remember. Like, he came down with a ball and he just said, "Fuck, get the ball." Like, snuff, uppercut. Hadouken! I was like, oh shit! Like, that nigga hit with the Hadouken.
I think what ended it was when Tomjanovich was hit by that. I forgot.
Yeah, they talking about that. They talking about it on
when his face got crushed in.
Yeah, he almost.
That really stopped the fighting thing because fighting was like it happened all the time. It was part of the game almost.
Yeah, especially the Knicks and the Heat.
I remember that Knicks and Heat.
That was the best fight.
Remember when Pat Riley was holding the line some more than leg or somebody?
He's like, you about to try to stop a 7-foot black guy? That nigga should be brolic as shit.
But even back then, it wasn't. I think what really stopped the fight, where they just was the Malice in the Palace, the Ron Artest shit.
Well, because
that was beautiful.
Because because the audience
see random white dudes just getting rocked. Like he was rocking niggas. Like it was all white dudes getting.
One of him and Jermaine O'Neal, right?
Yeah. I had to stand up and hold the black fist. I had to hold the black fist up. Like, I seen 10 white niggas get knocked out of the basketball game on TV.
Oh, really?
Mark Jackson, he played for the Pacers.
He did?
At one point, yeah.
He was snuffing them niggas too.
Oh, nah, he wasn't there.
He wasn't there? I could have swore he was there then.
Mark Jackson was there. It was
Jermaine O'Neal,
Ron Artest.
Jackson.
Was Steven Jackson in it?
Steven Jackson.
Oh, I think Steven Jackson was it.
That's who it was.
Steven Jackson.
Yeah.
You had Jackson, but you were wrong.
Like, goddamn, Detroit left. They was like, shit, fuck that. We went to the locker room.
Yep.
They was just beating niggas. Random white dudes was like, like, oh shit. The most memorable one was Jermaine O'Neal punched through that dude till he fell. He ran full speed like bop and fell with him. I was like, oh shit. When you hit so hard, you fall? Nigga, that's a good hit.
Like, fuck out that on, bro.
So that nigga slid like
it's been a great episode.
Yeah, niggas kick kick a goal and like goal.
Hit that nigga with a clothesline from hell, bro.
Detroit smash.
That nigga was hurt himself.
Detroit smash.
So yeah, we're gonna end on that note.
I love seeing people punch in the face.
It's cool.
Yo, can we just talk about? No, man, it's too late. Khashoggi, that Khashoggi shit is crazy.
The what?
The Khashoggi shit.
What the fuck is that?
Fucking Saudi Arabian embassy shit.
Oh yeah, that is insane.
Damn, that's we have to spend a minute.
Yeah, we got to spend a minute.
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that.
Nigga had his son shake his hand. You ain't see that picture?
That's some fucking.
We got to talk about that.
That shit was crazy.
I'm hungry as fuck right now.
Oh, you trying to get some food?
No, I ain't eat no groceries.
No, I'm talking about food.
Oh my god.
I thought you
said regular food.
I don't know. Gotta make sure. I gotta have a disclaimer like, nah, I'm not eating no groceries. I'm eating regular food.
You nasty, bro.
That's not funny, kids. Not that goddamn.
No, that's hilarious. You're nasty. So, anybody got anything else to add? Throw in there. Anything going on? Anybody got something that they know that somebody want to plug in or something like that?
Not really. Just shout out to everybody. Shout out for all the support.
No church notes.
Shout out to all the people that's following us on our Instagram. The second one, the one after. Yeah.
Shout out the first one, even though he ain't here.
Yeah, shout out to
we up to like 44 followers. Like
good job.
A bunch of people. Like it's a lot of people that I don't know if they listen to the podcast or whatever, but listen to the podcast.
Hey, all my friends that have Instagram, follow us.
Direct message on there. Follow us on YouTube, Castbox, iTunes, SoundCloud, Facebook. All same shit that y'all all been following us on for the most part. I mean, nothing's really changed, I guess. We're trying to add more shit to it. It'd be nice if we can get Spotify, motherfucking Tidal. I don't give a fuck. Let's get all this shit. End up on TV too. Let's go. Let's end up on Revolt. I don't give a fuck. Let's get this bread, yo. I want this money. So we can have this financial advisor advise us.
YouTube. Follow our YouTube, Unfamous Podcast YouTube. Unfamous Jar YouTube. All that stuff. Let's go.
What about our Twitter?
Tweet.
Do we even have that anymore?
Yeah, I haven't been on it. Like that's why I put it for everybody to be on there. Like that's what I want to
I'll be at work,
say.
Bro.
Nigga, I work 11 hours a day for 6 days a week. Like,
so
come on. Like, that's why I set it up for everybody. People that go to like poetry readings and concerts don't never log on.
I use Twitter for porn, bro.
I mean, all this sideways shade. I mean, shit.
Drink that whole thing.
Stuff it doesn't post it
At all. Or on Facebook.
No, I don't.
You gotta let us. You gotta send us that stuff so we can post it for you.
Okay.
Yeah, just put it in the group chat. We'll just send it.
Just take pictures.
Yeah. We'll post it for you. That's not a problem.
Okay.
Videos, whatever the hell you want to do.
Nudes.
We're not doing that at all.
No, that's what I mean. That's what's funny.
You are 2 steps away from getting me too.
You tell me that shit every day, though.
Yes. I'm like, y'all.
We don't get paid to be here. God damn it.
We don't. Look, it don't look. We're not famous now, but when we get famous,
A guy said this.
I'm like, yeah, you goddamn right.
I didn't touch you. I just said it.
I just said it.
nigga. Everybody's look.
Somehow Jai touched him.
Exactly. They gonna believe that you touched somebody.
He brushed across.
This big black man, he touched her.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I heard that in a minute.
I had to do it.
All right, guys. Well,
Had to do it.
So,
all right.
I guess we'll call this one little raps.
Yeah.
But this is your boy Sean, is the NJ Brick City.
It's Jai from Up in the Sky.
just Kia.
Joe.
Any Hardaway.
Oh, it ain't Joe Cool this time?
Unreal fiction.
Oh, you got something else?
Me?
Yeah.
All I had to say was, is it all?
No, not yet.
No, all I really had to say was, hey, we have everything that we're gonna need.
Mm-hmm.
We can build by brainstorming, having a committee of people that think alike, and we can build anything anywhere. That's what I was saying.
Believe these devils.
That's actually a good way to end this off.
All right.
Some positive shit. I like it. We might start doing that more often.
Yeah.
All right.
But this was the Unfamous Podcast, guys. We'll holler at y'all later, all right?
Bye.
Peace.
Peace out.
Let me see if it plays.